That's terrible. All right. G'day, guys. Let's see how we're going with the lag. What's the word? Encountering some lag issues at the moment. I am trying off a new camera, so I'm hoping that this is coming through decent, but it looks a little bit laggy, so just let us know in the comments. How laggy is it? G'day, Mid Guffy. G'day, Kyle. G'day, is it Jai? Daniel, welcome. Zach, AFL legend, welcome to the thing. It looks like I'm getting some mad lag. If anyone could let me know as well. And then what I'll do is I'll switch to this. I've got two different cameras going. And let's see if is that any better or is that exactly the same? I'll let you guys let me know. G'day, Armand. Do you think Port versus Melbourne would be a good game? Yeah, I generally don't know who to tip for that. That's going to be a hard one. With the form that Melbourne's in. They're looking real stanky. Logan, welcome, mate. Says Saints to make the 8. Big call, that. Big call. G'day, Mac. Welcome, mate. Keeps freezing. Yeah, okay. So I've switched it over to the other cam here. So I'm hoping that gets a bit better. Yeah, lag is bad. So bear with us, guys. I'm going to try and fix that. I do know a way to fix that. But how's everyone going? That's better? Okay, maybe it is just that my laptop or my internet can't cope with my new camera. That sucks. Bear with me 1 second. Let's everyone let us know your tips as I try and fix this annoying. Oh yeah, no, it's already. Yeah, I think I might have to cop that. Is that much better? Let us know. Sorry. That's better. Okay, everyone's saying it's better now. That sucks because I got a new camera here. Might have to upgrade the internet before I start cracking this one out on live stream. That sucks. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Just going with the tried and true formula. Bear with me 1 sec. I'm just going to take this camera out, chug this one in, and turn off the old camera there. Sorry, guys. We'll be more organised any second now. So, as I said, Logan's tipped the Swans by 17. He's a pretty good tipper, so that makes me nervous. Lockie says the Eagles to win. Kev Magpies, welcome, mate, says West Coast to win. He says Sydney by 27. Lockie said West Coast to win. Fidget looks like a Dockers fan, but still thinks that the Swans will win, but fair enough. Mid Guffy says he doesn't know who will win. Yeah, I agree. This is a tough one to tip. Apparently it's going to rain, and I think the Eagles are really bad in the rain, as I always say, so that makes me nervous. Daniel says Sydney by 16, but Luke and Kyle reckon the Eagles. Yeah, if it starts raining, I agree, it will make us struggle a bit more. So I'm just going to have a little look at this bitrate situation. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, my internet probably can't quite cope. I actually have decent internet, but it's struggling to probably upload in the way that I wanted it to. Switching off the cam there. That's alright, we'll try that another day. Chris says, can you put the game and stop talking? Any second, mate. Yeah, you'll be able to watch the game live and uninterrupted right here on this stream. Fidget says, big call, City to come back from 20 plus points. Yeah, interesting. I like it. The Eagles have lost a couple of big leads this year, I think. Yeah, definitely. Against St Kilda and Essendon, and probably another one. The game is about to start. The ball is being bounced. Josh says Swans by 5. And they're going to have to restart that immediately. Druzy was meant to join me today, but I think he slept in. Is this camera any better? No, it's worse. Fuck that. Nah, we'll roll with that for a while. I love when the Eagles wear their blue shorts against Sydney or Gold Coast. I don't know why. The beautiful, like, it's just a beautiful clash of red and blue when these two teams. It's very aesthetic. Sheed wins a clearance. Dobber reckons the Swans will flog them. Yeah, fair enough. The logic I have is that the Eagles don't generally play really poorly like 2 weeks in a row. We've responded every time we've had a shit performance this year. Oh, Allen's kept that in. Allen has snapped that. That could trickle through and it will go out of bounds. Fernando reckons the Eagles will bounce back and win by 20 points. Yeah, so to clarify, I have tipped the Eagles here. I have, but that is mostly out of blind faith because I honestly don't really think... I think there's a lot of reasons why we would lose. Freo fan says, Barras is on Buddy. Why am I looking at my phone? I got the chat right there. Barras is on Buddy. Why not McGovern? I think Barras has actually proven himself to be a better lockdown defender this year than McGovern. McGovern's having an average year. Saw an article today suggesting that McGovern was the second most paid player in the league, which is unfortunate. He's not obviously still a good player, but he was the best defender in the league when he signed that deal, and he's definitely nowhere near that at the moment. Kyle reckons Allen to kick the first. I would love that. Solid start from the Eagles in perfect conditions at the moment. It looks pretty cold. I think it's like 12 degrees there, which for Perth is bloody cold. Oh, so as you can see, I've actually got a bit of a live ladder going down the bottom right there. That should update, I hope. If it doesn't, that's pretty dumb. But either way, you can see the ladder. I don't know why that's not updating. I'm just going to the actual website now. The actual website hasn't updated. That's why. Oh, gee. Sydney looking a little dangerous here. Buddy has the ball on the outer wing. Oh, no. They're going to line up for a... Oh, great smother by Shep. Eagles dropped Josh Rotham for this game, which is surprising. Not surprising that we dropped a lot of players, but Josh Rotham leads the league for marks. He's been fantastic this year. Oh, Barras. Speaking of the devil, Kyle just says, Barras BNF and All-Australian this year. He's been very good. I don't know if he's been All-Australian, but I wouldn't have him in that far. But Best and Ferris is not the worst shout. I don't know if the Eagles have a single Australian on current form. Jake Lloyd has the ball. Sydney sort of load up again here. Oh, Mills got around Shep very easily. And Sydney attack again. Oh, is that Amate or Amati? Kicks the first goal of the game. That sucks. Too good. This is, of course, the third time these two sides have played in Victoria against each other, having split a couple of grand finals in 05 and 06. Disappointing. Eagles had the chance to sort of get the first score on the board and then Sydney rebounded. So it's been fairly even but hot footy so far. Good sort of crumbing goal, if you could call it that, from Amati. Am I saying it right? Amati? Yeah, I'm guessing right, because Heath's in the chat. Taking part in the True Footy Heath Sheehan Cup. I'm guessing it's Amati because he says having a party. Welcome, Heath. Hopefully you're not too obnoxious in the stream today if it goes the way of your boys. Oh, Sydney win another clearance. Oh, Hayward's done fairly well on Witherden there. It's good to see Witherden back in the side. Even though I'm disappointed to see Rotham out, Witherden has been really good this year. 33 in the stream. Thank you, guys. Welcome, Adith. Thanks for joining. If you could chuck a like on the stream, that would be hot. Thank you. Also, what are your thoughts on my homeless beard and uncut mullet look at the moment? It is making me look a little disheveled. But, of course, we're just sort of out of lockdown that's good defence from McCartan on Allen. Just come out of lockdown, but still have to wear masks for another 10 days or something, or 9 days. So, no haircuts. Well, I mean, what is the rule, actually? If you have to wear masks everywhere and you get a haircut, can anyone tell me, do you have to wear the mask while you get your haircut? Because that's a no-go for me. I'd rather wait another week. Thanks, Heath. He says he'll try and behave. Yeah, well, fair play. Do what comes natural. Tom Cole. The Eagles have a chance here. Oh, Sheed with another fumble. He loves a fumble. And that is a fucking poor kick. That was just 0 out of 10 from Dom Sheed there. Daniel says, do you think West Coast will make the grand final this year? No. I think there's more chance of me winning the grand final sprint than the Eagles of making the grand final this year. Fuck me, Dom Sheed is so out of form. I do love Dom Sheed, but he is so out of form. He was so bad last week. DJ Yam says, I got a haircut yesterday, no mask. Okay, cool. So you're in Perth, I take it, obviously. Although, I'd imagine... Do you have to wear masks in Victoria at the moment? Victoria? I think it says I'm much more mature than Druzy. Yeah, well, I am 7.5 years older than him, so you'd hope so. I'd be a little ashamed if I was about the same level as him. Although he is in his 20s now. Druzy did cop an invite, Heath, but he just woke up literally 1 second ago. He stayed up to watch the Euros. Huge result for his boys in England. Yeah, he just messaged me saying he's not going to make it. That's all right with the way this game's going. It's not looking too good. Druzy's calling us. Should I answer it? Hang on. Hello?
Hello?
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, real good. Doing a real good job, buddy.
Real good job. How was England winning the game last night?
Oh, mate. It was bloody good. I love it when my sports team wins. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
Happy days, no complaints, mate.
You're thriving.
Yeah, I'm doing real well, buddy. I legit just woke up, and I looked at the clock and I was like, the football's already started.
Say hello to the 36 people who are listening to you right now.
Hey, guys. Go Sydney.
So I tried the cam link, but I don't think my internet can cope with the camera. It just lagged so hard, so I gave up on it.
Is it like the bitrate?
Yeah, but I don't really know enough to fix it on the fly, but I got a feeling my internet's not fast enough, so I'll have to upgrade. Oh my god, City's got another goal here. Rat City.
3, 2, 1, go!
Get stuffed.
Like I'm there, buddy. You'll be able to fix that though.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I just can't be trying to fix it on the stream.
Yeah.
I already spend the first 10 minutes of every stream fixing all the problems, so I'll just crack into it.
I think it's just like the output thing that you might have to fix, maybe. But,
yeah, probably. I'll probably upgrade anyway, but yeah.
The same thing happened with Caden when he got his cam link. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sweet. Yeah. I'll speak to him.
Go Sydney.
Alright, see you, buddy. Go Denmark. Yeah, alright, see you, Chuckles. And that was Druzy. Yes, he stayed up late to watch the fucking Euros. Fair enough. England had a big win. Dobber says you can wear a mask on your chin. It's cool. Yeah, fair. With mine, I don't know if I've just got a very wide head, but it cranks down on my ears something wicked. So if I pull it down on my chin, it's going to hurt my... I'm such a little bitch. Kelly has won a clearance and Darling takes the mark. Good stuff. Eagles always start games slowly, so I'm not concerned from what I've seen so far. Sydney are playing well as well, but it's not like, oh shit, here we go. Other than Dom Sheed absolutely cooking that before. Druzy and I both did 100 push-ups on his stream. Surely you go on, but not a chance. Not a chance. I'm 27, bro. I've retired. Darling has missed a very, very simple shot at goal in what is a little preview to Druzy and I's goal kicking challenge. We filmed one yesterday. So go check that out. I'm hoping he gets it up by Monday if he's not a slack little bitch. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Jesse, what Eagles players do you reckon will retire this year? Just Kennedy, I think. It sounds like Hearn is going to play on for a few more, he reckons. Oh, good tackle, Yo. Yeah, it's holding the ball. Yo's going to line up. Hard to predict what the wind is doing at the moment. So from that Darling kick, it looked like he... Oh, hey, Chuckles. From that Darling kick, it looked like it swung hard to the left, but I don't know if it's going across the ground or diagonally, or if you know what I mean. How are you, buddy?
Good.
The internet's too slow for my cam, I think, so I might have to upgrade it. Rat City. 48 in the stream. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully we make a game of it. You cat still depressed from last night. Welcome, mate. Yeah, that was a hard game. Oh, he's banged it. Maybe it's not as windy as it looked. Maybe Darling just shanked it. Nah, I think the breeze definitely affected that first one. But anyway, yeah, that's a typical Fremantle loss, unfortunately. But, I mean, as an outsider, I'll say it for you. You lost your home game. So, like, that game's at Optus. I think you win it. I know you got to choose the G, but let's face it, Carlton are more of a G side than Fremantle. So, but it is tough. For some reason, you're Carlton's bunny. Like, they don't even have to be playing well and they come out and beat you. So, sometimes that happens. For us, Essendon often beat us. Sydney is also one of those teams. Regardless of where they are on the ladder, they challenge us and beat us quite often. What up, Chris? How are you, mate? 3, 2, 1 behind. I just saw that. Dobber says, got a hook in before that weather changes. Good point. Good point. Yeah. What is Sydney like as a wet weather team these days? Because their team's not as... Their midfield is not as bullish and contested as it once was. I mean, it's still obviously a good team, but it's just a different kind of attributes. And we're just straight up terrible in the wet. Because I'm just thinking of like the Sydney of old, like from like 05 to like 2015. Oh, too good. Hayward is outmarked Allen. Allen's playing backline now. That's interesting. That was a good kick from Yo, Chris. You're right. Eagles have got the wind, Dobbo reckons. Yeah, right. That sucks. Welcome, Liverpool. G123. You have good taste in Premier League teams. Hayward is going to line up and kick a pretty simple goal, you'd think. Oh, yeah, he's nailed it. Good kick. It's hard to really see where the wind's blowing. Maybe it's starting and stopping because he kicked that right to left, which is the opposite of what Darling's kick did. Anyway. 45 in the chat. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being here. Give us a like if you can. Helps the old algorithm. So, sloppy start from the Eagles a little bit. Sydney have been a bit cleaner. We've had some opportunities, but haven't looked convincing. Oh, Brody says the game is delayed, so I'll watch here. Yeah, true. Unfortunate. God bless KO. I've had KO for a couple of years now, and yeah, I remember getting so angry when they would delay free-to-air Eagles and Dockers games. Pfft, so lame. Oof. Adith says the Eagles are so bad in the rain. Yes, they are, although there's perfect conditions right now, so no excuse yet. But if it gets wet, obviously, courage from Duggan. She just a fraction slow there, but that was hard. Oh, good handball, Nat Nui. He's one of our better handballs, for sure. Yeah, so I said it a bit on the True Footy show, talking about the Eagles in the wet last week. I think, obviously we got pumped and it wasn't because of the rain, but you could see when it got wet early, we were completely exposed. We're a terrible ground ball side. And coming up against one of the better midfields who won a lot of ground balls. And then obviously we couldn't play our free-flowing kick and mark style because obviously our skills went to shit. That's when the Dogs got on top. And then the conditions got better and the Dogs were still 10 times better than us. And they are comfortably a better side. So the rain was a little bit of a factor early. But we would have lost comfortably either way. Crusoe AGC says, I think the win's going across more than favouring. That would make sense. That would make sense. G'day, Bitter Footy. Welcome, mate. There's no way England ain't winning the Euros. Do you support England, Bitter? Are you English at all? I'm supporting England because Australia is irrelevant in soccer, but I'm not English at all. I would love England to win it. Oh, Witherden's tackle just slid high, and this is potentially 4-1 in the first term. Yeah, so England have Denmark in the semis. And while I obviously want England to win, Denmark winning would be a great fairy tale because of obviously what happened with Eriksen early in the tournament. Thero Blocksboard says, I still hate him for 2017 kicking that one goal. Oh, I think you're talking about McGovern. Yeah, Brody, I was just talking about McGovern. I read that he's the second highest player in the league, they reckon. Has he kicked that? Yeah, that didn't look good, but it was good. Yeah, it's a goal. And yeah, certainly gotten worse since he signed that contract. So I've read an article before suggesting that players play their best football in their final contract year. Sorry, athletes in general play their best, performances in their final year of their contract, and then as soon as they sign a contract, they drop off. It's quite a common thing, apparently. Same thing with Gaff. Gaff was amazing in 2018, signs that deal, and he's never really been any good. Well, he's been alright since. At times he's been poor, at times he's been decent. 57 viewers. I wonder how many people, or 67 even, how many have just jumped in to see me react to 4-1? I'm fairly relaxed at the moment. I'm not angry yet. We'll see how bad this gets. It has been a poor start, but we often start poorly. What is it about this ground? Hey, Shuey, that's the first time I've seen him touch the ball, I think. Oh, that's a great mark. Darling has bobbed up with a couple of good marks so far. Sends it deep into the pocket. There's no one really there. Oh, he's kicked down the full. We're a poor team of navigating breeze as well, probably because we don't play with breeze too much. Crows were robbed last night. There were about 42 non-decisions and 30 for the Crows. Didn't watch too much of that game, to be honest. But they did get absolutely clapped. So, hard to really just blame the umpires for that. Oh, chop. Yeah, good mark, Shep. Heath says, error. Sorry about the delay. No, that's all right. This is all slightly delayed. Let's face it. Shep sends us into the forward line. No one's there. Langdon makes a good contest of that, actually. Adith doesn't like Gaff after the Brayshaw incident. Yeah. To be honest, though, he's never been like that. That was really a one-off. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people's opinion of Andrew Gaff changed after that. Beanbag says, my grandfather will be throwing a fit right about now. I'm relaxed. We can come back. Oh, you're looking drippy, bro.
Feeling drippy.
Yeah. True Footy, is Sheed overrated? I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's that widely rated.
Yeah, big facts to that.
I think he's a good player, though.
He's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Small, medium, or large?
Medium.
Medium, yeah. Nice.
Oh, get into him!
Nah, if it was a FIFA rating, you'd give him 80. Sheed.
Yeah.
Good solid player.
Way more accurate. You'd give him a B+.
Out of 10? Ball's in the forward line for the Eagles. Need to put some scoreboard impact on. Don't want to say pressure, because it'll take a few goals to get some pressure on them. Duggan sends us forward again. So we're getting some entries, but they're not quality entries. Oh, Vardy gets a bit of a touch on it. Shuey working his way into the game a little bit. Oh, that's a neat kick. Oh, yes, Jones. has missed.
Wow.
Probably should have kicked that.
Sheridan's ex.
Yeah, Sheridan's ex. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Mr. Goal.
He did love heart emoji to my Instagram story the other day.
Did he?
He wants her back.
Now he's got clout. The Eagles are working a bit more into the game by getting some territory rather, but it's been a little bit unorganised. Disorganised? I guess they're both words.
Disorganised.
Yeah, both kind of words. I think unorganised. Maybe not. Maybe it is just disorganised. Sometimes you can interchange prefixes, but I don't know about that one.
Mine are he, him.
Huh? Those are your pronouns, not prefixes.
That was the joke.
Mine is he. You can get your pronoun like fixed into Instagram now.
Yeah.
Like people put it in their bio, but you can actually set it so that it's actually part of your profile. If that makes sense. Not your bio.
Can I make mine sick cunt?
That would be hilarious. See what happens.
Sick / CUNT.
Can you even put profanity on Instagram bios?
Yeah, of course.
You reckon? Buddy is kicking. This would hurt. Oh, he's missed. Thank goodness. 4-1 or 1-2. Dockers Rock says, hey Jesse, hope you guys win, but I'm going for the Swans. Which is it? I appreciate the kind sentiment though. G'day, Port Adelaide legend. Adi says he hopes to see North Melbourne versus the Eagles at Optus. Oh, that was... Hold the ball, wow. A rare good tackle from the Eagles, to be honest. So well done, Langdon's had a solid start. Gandhi says the Crows gave up last quarter and gave away like 6 goals. Before that, the game was even on score. Yeah, that's actually true. I was like watching the score. It was a closer game. Yeah. Adith says there's a new case of COVID in Perth. Is that right?
Yeah, but they're already in quarantine and they were like the family member of the other person who had it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sweet. All right. Yeah, no reason to be concerned then. I actually hadn't seen that news. Oh, gee. All good, Adith. We'll be all right. I still think North and West Coast will be potentially Monday night, they said at Optus. Jones. Oh, kicked it straight into the man in front of him. Oh, Shep has no impact. Oh, he's done well there. Good comeback. Oh, far out. Just Sydney are just better. It's evident. They are better than West Coast. Oh, that is a decent pass in front of Heaney. If he kicks this, it's going to be dangerous territory for the Eagles. He's missed, thank goodness. Bye, guys. Love the Fox Sport pressure gauge, a graphic that isn't explained, rarely used, and always confusing. Yeah, it's just completely arbitrary. Yeah, true. Although, yeah, fair to say that the Eagles are getting outdone. I didn't even see the graphic come up. I presume Sydney's, but pressure was better. No. Is Carlton's season alive? Absolutely not. I mean, I suppose while it's mathematically open, yes. But, I mean, to be fair as well, the other top 8 contenders are all shitting the bed. Like, West Coast is no guarantee to make it. Especially now that Buddy's kicked that goal. GWS winning helps. Interesting that live ladder's not updating. That's really annoying. Oh, well. You can have it there as decoration. Okay, so I've refreshed the page there. Let's see if that does anything. Bear with me. Yeah, well, it might not update. Sorry, guys. That's just a weakness of the browser. Or OBS even. It should be, but it's not. Adi says he doesn't care what day of the week it is as long as it's at Optus. Yeah, I can't go if it's on Saturday, unfortunately. There was talk of it being Thursday night, but with this game being on Sunday, that's almost no chance. 32-8 is then the rain starting. Fantastic. Fuck, why did I tip West Coast? Oh well, I'm doing so poorly in tipping this year that it's I needed a few roughies. I think most people would have tipped Sydney for this game. I thought it was more 50-50, but that's because I will go for West Coast and I believe in us. Yeah, I agree. Chris not looking good. 65 in the chat to see me endure this. Oh, Jones has almost kicked that out in the full. I do not play Rocket League, Anthony. No, I do not. No, I barely know what it is. What the hell, Sheed? Seriously. He's almost in the firing line. If he doesn't improve for the rest of this game, he's in the firing line to be dropped. Especially if we lose by a big margin. Oh, McGovern with a sleight of hand. And it's just decent kick by Cole, but just getting... wow. Getting Kennedy on the bump ball really puts him under pressure. Darling's done fairly well there. Kelly needs to make the most of this. He has missed. Damn it. Anyone remember Scott Cummings? Yeah, I don't remember him. He was before my time, but yeah, he played for 4 clubs: Port Adelaide, Collingwood, West Coast, and Essendon. He's not an obscure player, but just as a little plug, me and Druzy filmed an obscure player challenge yesterday, which is a lot of fun. Jaden says the Eagles are done already. I don't think they're done already. I believe we can come back, but we can settle the game down. Obviously, it's dangerous territory though. Like 1 more goal and it's maybe 2 more goals and it's done. Anthony says he's disappointed about Thursday night. Yeah, I understand that. That's 2 shocking losses to Richmond. I've got a Richmond video coming out. See if I can get it up tonight, actually. See how I go. See how depressed I am after this. But otherwise, it'll be tomorrow. If the Eagles win by 40 against North, that will just hang them in 7th and give their percentage a little boost. So the Eagles need a massive win against North. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no guarantees we'll make the 8. I'm still a believer. I still think we're good enough to. I feel like the 22, the quality is top 6. Top 5 even. So it is disappointing to see us fall out of being relevant, to be honest. What is it with the Eagles? Is the connection not there when playing away from home? I don't think it's a home and away thing, to be honest. We've lost 2 games at home this year against Essendon and the Bulldogs. No shame to lose to the Bulldogs, but we were non-competitive. I don't think it's a home and away thing. I think we're just... all teams are better at home, so that's obviously true. But it's not as though we look like world beaters at home and are terrible away. It's just that things are a little bit harder and we are more likely to fall to water when we're away from home, I guess. But we've had some decent away performances. We nearly beat the Dogs. We got closer to beating the Dogs away than home this year. So, in fact, we probably should have won that game. And if Papley sends the ball forward here, Shuey mops up. The game's frenetic. We like it at a slower pace than this. Run herd in the midfield, says Chris. I think he's in my fantasy team, actually, today. Who have I got in my fantasy team? Oof. The weather's looking good again, so hopefully the rain just sprinkles today. If the Eagles will win, they'll be 6th. Yes, that's true. If we lose, we'll still be 7th. Thanks to GWS dropping points against North. Yeah, so I got Nat Nui and Hearn today. I don't have any Sydney players at the moment. Wow, McCartan, that was a good job. Out-muscled Kennedy. Yo's intercepted the mark here. Can we get a late score? That would really probably lift the morale right before quarter time, but looks like Sydney are going to mop up fairly easily here. Gee, it's a swirling footy. That's a brave kick across the D50 by Sydney, but it worked. Oh. Yeah, good mark. Jesse, with West Coast, are their top 4 chances next year slim? Well, it's so hard to tell for next year this early. I still think we should be aiming for top 4 next year, regardless of what happens this year. But it is a competitive top 4, so you got to think who's going to fall out of Melbourne, the Dogs, Brisbane, Geelong. Even best case scenario, it's hard to make a case that the Eagles are going to be better than any of those next year. It's a good top 4 this year. And that is quarter time. In a disappointing quarter, Sydney were very good in that term, and we were just not poor, but not good, and clearly the inferior of the two sides. I'm just going to look at the stats. So, interestingly, Yo has the most fantasy points on the field. Hewitt, Sheed has 8, but yeah, not a good quarter from him. Darling was working hard there. Shepherd as well. Yo had a bit of an impact. Other than that, for the Swans, it's Florent, Mills, McInerney, Cunningham, and Hewitt, of course. The team stats are always 33 less disposals. So yeah, that really shows how much better Sydney were there. We had more inside 50s, yeah. Just poor inside 50s. With winning the clearances, not that that's helped much. What's the tackle count? That's always interesting for West Coast. Where the hell is the tackle count? Have we registered a tackle? We're winning the tackle count 15 to 23. All right, we got to give some credit there. I mean, Eagles fans need to give the players credit, not other teams need to give the Eagles credit. All right, where are we at? Could be 70 points, says Fidget. Gee, I really hope not. I think that would take us dropping off. I think we've just been. It's been a frenetic start. Sydney have been a lot more composed and winning a lot more of the ball. And I think we could have scored better there had we had better entries. Probably hurts to have Ryan out a little bit, but we have a very good injury list at the moment, so there's no excuse. But I just mean specifically in terms of creating opportunities. Chris says, haven't really jumped any team this year, always fighting from behind. Yeah, we are poor starters. That was I'm not saying exceptionally poor, but 23-point deficit at quarter time is one of the bigger ones I think we've had. John says, why on earth is Vardy playing? You know what? Fair question. He's okay, but he's I don't know. I can see the balance. I think our best mix is with Nat Nui, obviously, there, and the backup Bailey Williams or Oscar Allen. But then there's the balance of, Bailey Williams is injured now. Balance of robbing the forward line of Allen and also preserving his young body as well. So I don't know why they brought Vardy in. I think he's actually tearing up the waffle, but I mean, it's not hard to do when you're a 30-year-old premiership player. Port Adelaide are just hanging on top 4th by 2% of a percentage. Thank God we're versing the Ds with Zach Butters and Tom Cleary, Hartlett back for that game. I tipped Port by 11. Tough one. I still think Melbourne are the best team in the comp and they're going to come back randomly. It'll happen. I don't know about this week, but maybe. Port are that team between top 4 and the rest. They could be a final threat, but it is a stretch. I think that's a fair summary. I think they're clearly the 5th best team, and then they're clearly better than 6th, whoever that is. It looks looking like Sydney are the 6th best team right now. Thoughts on Geelong? Very realistic finals threat, premiership threat. I think the Dogs, Ds, and Cats are my first 3. It's hard to split them. Obviously, the Dogs are the best team of the 3, in my opinion, right now. Despite losing to Geelong, they obviously did it at GMHBA. Unlucky not to win the game. And then just crushing the Eagles shows that they've, in some really good form. The Ds are obviously in a slump. And the Cats... the Cats beat the Dogs, but then they lost to the Lions and coasted against Essendon, albeit they did win fairly comfortably. But come finals, I think they're the biggest threats, and that's why I have Geelong edging Brisbane, just because of the fact that there's probably going to be Melbourne finals. That being said, I think Geelong are 5th right now, so Jeez, if Geelong finished 5th, what is the ladder? Yeah, so Port are 4th. That is wild. I think they got an easy run home, and that could make or break Geelong. Geelong needs a leapfrog Port. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think Geelong can. I don't think Geelong will be a threat from 5th, but they should be. They should be a premiership threat. Ahmet says, did you live stream the Bulldogs game last week? No, I would have. I was meant to go to the game. Then we sort of went into a lockdown like hours before the game started. Didn't really have enough notice to stream it. And thank God I missed it, to be honest. Vardy is like Peter Laddams of West Coast. Yeah, fair enough. Except older. If Demons lose the first final, I wouldn't be surprised to figure out in straight sets. Yeah, I mean, I guess everyone has that concern with Melbourne, but my belief is that I respect them. I think they'll. Well, they're my premiership favourite, personally. If we had a full list against the Dogs and Cats when we versed them, it would have been a different story, to be honest. Yeah, maybe. Put Adelaide at a good side. Don't want to talk about it too much. He said Lions were my preseason premiership tip. Hasn't changed. I think they were mine as well. But just with the emergence of teams like the Dogs and obviously the Cats proving themselves not to have dropped off, and obviously Melbourne as well, my concern is, can they win a final in Victoria? That's my current feeling. I'm questioning that. Because they're probably not going to finish top 2. But if they do finish top 2, then my opinion shifts a little. But then, of course, they still can't get through the grand final without winning at the G. So, and it's going to be likely a Victorian team. But their best chance is probably like Port Adelaide at the G on grand final day after finishing top 2. And to be honest, that's actually not the most bizarre prediction. Second quarter gets underway. Someone has asked, can the Eagles come back? Where is it? Sorry, it's kind of lost out of the chat there. No, I think the Eagles can come back. I'm not going to say will, but it doesn't feel dire yet for some reason. But sometimes if the score gets too far out of whack, players drop their heads, and then it could become a smashing. But okay, that was poor. Okay, so Sydney loading up for an inside 50. Is that Florent? Oh, poor tackling again. Shuey runs him down. I think he might have pushed him. I think he's pushed him. Yeah. But fuck, at least he made an effort. The other 2 players bounced off him. So poor. Bailey Yada says, hey Jesse, how are you? You good? Thanks, mate. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I'll just have Florent lining up for a goal. Oh, he's chipped it to the goal square. And no score. What? That was weird. I presume that was deliberate. Sheed with an absolute howling kick. Doesn't give Darling a real chance there. Not liking the trend of the start of this quarter. City find 2 players central. And the defenders, there's a City player, is that Parker, running onto a loose ball because 3 Eagles defenders had fallen over. That's poor. Oh, well done, Barras. Hasn't made it easy for Buddy. Langdon finds himself deep in defence. That tells the tale. Just a shank kick from Shep, and it's marked by Sydney. Oh, Caden's in the chat. Welcome, mate. He says, come on, Eagles. I appreciate that, mate. We need all the support we can get at the moment. Caden, if you're there, I tried the old Canon for the first 5 minutes of this stream, and the lag was so intense, and I don't know. I was going to message you about it later, but I don't know if it's my internet or some settings. I'd imagine it's probably both. So, yeah, that's all right. I'll try it again next time. Ugh. So the start to this quarter is concerning me more than the first quarter did. And Sydney have got the first goal. Gee whiz. I think one more goal and this is just about over. Why did I tip West Coast? I tipped West Coast last week too. We suck. I just gonna have a look in the work tipping comp to see how many. They're mostly Dockers fans, so I reckon they all tip Sydney. Oh, it's more of an even mix. Oh, yeah, 50-50. Wow, in fact, more people tip West Coast. Interesting. Heath says, I just realised his messages are getting filtered. Yeah, I can't see them, and I don't know if it's obvious to you that when it's filtered. I think it just doesn't come up to me, but you can't see, because I have been in that exact situation. Andrea says, well, greetings from Chile. Welcome, mate. West Coast are doing a real good job, says Drews. Yeah, you're doing a real good job of being a bitch. Burn. So Simpson's wearing a mask. What's the deal? Are all coaches wearing masks at the moment? Or all staff? Wait, I can't remember if anyone answered. Are you wearing masks in Victoria at the moment? Like, I think you are, eh? Or if it's just because we're from Perth. Nah, Fagan was wearing one last night, so. Alright, yeah. Eagles working so hard for their possessions here. And then Sydney just easily have a man free. This is poor. Well done, Cole. Wow, that is a good goal. Who was that? Hayward. Wow. Fuck. Lag can be the frames per second. Sometimes on OBS you can sync the audio to your camera better by adjusting the mic lag. Interesting. I think, yeah, okay. By adjusting the mic lag. Interesting. I think it was not so much lag between audio and visual. It was just like hardly any frames at all, if that makes sense. So I'd be like, here. It's like I was doing the robot, you know. So yeah, I don't know if it's a combination of things. Benjamin Rowley? Getting rolled. 100%. Oh yeah, Heath, I can mod you. Why not? Add moderator. Well. Yeah, a couple of people clarifying that you do need to wear masks indoors still in Melbourne. Oh, come on, West Coast. You can see the pressure on them, and sometimes it's the perceived pressure where they're maybe not red hot on them, but they don't take that extra second to steady. Because Sydney have done such a good job of pressuring us throughout the first quarter that we're frenetic. Sheed with a real up and under. I'm on his case today. But, yeah, lacking intention with his kicks. Oh, good hip and shoulder from Alan. Please don't get suspended. Oh, boy. And an easy rebound 50. I really hope that Alan hasn't got him high there. It would be a real shame to lose him. Oh, how are they free there? Wow. So, I'm just amazed at how much freedom the Sydney forwards have. It's getting worse. It's actually getting more and more obvious. What is it about this ground? I can't even blame the ground. This exact thing happened last week, but we are really bad at this ground also. Like, why? We don't have any excuse to be this poor at a single ground. But it also doesn't help that we suck. Okay, now good hip and shoulder. I think he just got crunched there. Is that McInerney? I did read your comment, Druzy. Fuck off. Just kidding. Like the stream. 87 in the chat to... Wow. I should stream Eagles losses more often. Thanks, guys. I watched a bit of Druzy's stream last night. I was watching it with friends, but I just bobbed in every now and then. Every time Carlton were doing well, and it was like an absolute fucking funeral. It was kind of funny. Mind you, this is not going well. I did refrain from roasting the Dockers last night for their loss because I had a feeling this exact thing would happen. I didn't know what to expect today. Obviously tipped us, but any result was possible, including a belting. Caden says, Swans always play smaller grounds well. They're usually competitive down at GMHBA. Yeah, I think their record at GMHBA is quite decent, which is impressive for a young team. I do remember at least a couple of... I think they've upset the Cats there at least once or twice recently, or at least always been competitive there. Druzy, that was one of the most gutted I've ever seen you watching a Dockers game, to be honest. WA football thriving. Oh, Edwards puts Kelly under a bit of pressure there. Kelly does absolutely nothing other than turn it over. Oh. Luck of the bounce killed us there. Sydney surging forward again. They're 5 goals up and Heaney has oh man, so Heaney was nowhere near being the first player to the ball there and yet still got up and won the ball. Fuck. We got a free kick though. Brody says, did you see 2 Sandford players drop a lazy 23 tackles in one game? What? 23 each? What? I've never even seen... I don't think I've ever seen 20 in a game before. Gandhi says he tipped Sydney for some reason. Yeah, I didn't look, but I would have thought Sydney would be the betting favourites, surely. If not by much, I would have thought still. Oh, well done, darling. Slows down too much. Takes a pointless bounce. Love it. Edwards passes backwards. How interesting. Caden and Druzy's teams have lost. True Footy's team is losing. Who will be the other YouTube with a loss? Mitch Ryan or Cardman? Yeah, true. Someone's going to have a win. Unless they draw. I did laugh at the Drew Footy story, Druzy. I was like, what the fuck? It actually made me double take. I was like, did I not finish the game? What happened? Oh my God, get fucked, Eagles. Danielle Burke says score. Well, that's on the screen right there. Right there. 39-9. It is halfway through the second term. Druzy says painful tip change. Yeah, I changed my tips like 4 times for both WA teams' games. And I'm going to get them both wrong. I tipped Fremantle. Oh, Druzy, you changed it to the Eagles, didn't you? Cardman says we're flying high. Thanks, buddy. Welcome. Heath points out the rubbish on the ground. Is there? I didn't even notice it. Wow, Kennedy's playing. Wins a free kick. Oh, the pair got a win. That's a good point. Oh, my God. And we finally... Oh, I was going to say we finally get the ball and it goes out of bounds, but nah. Instead, we launch it to an uncontested Sydney player. Rats. I love Simpson, but you have to question the coaching a little bit when we're so routinely beaten. And with what I would describe as a very talented team, they're not playing like a team that's in contention. And look, good teams slump all the time. So if this was our first slump of the year, I wouldn't be concerned. But it's been patchy throughout the season, performances like this. The St Kilda loss, the Geelong loss, the Essendon loss, and the Bulldogs loss. So, and they're all scattered, so you have to think there's a pattern there. Aussie Dan says, I thought after last week Sydney were a bit overrated. They are playing pretty well. They are playing well. I don't think we're putting up much of a fight, unfortunately. Having said that, though, they're a good team. And they are probably the 6th best team in it now. I'm confident to... now that Richmond have dropped off and they're clearly better than West Coast, I think they've earned that. and this will be another goal for him. Fuck. 45-9. If finals weren't already guaranteed for the Swans, it's hard to imagine them not making it now. I did always think they were going to play finals, but in terms of just locking up that spot, they're probably the 6th team that you'd say is you're very confident will make it. And I don't know if you can say the Eagles are locked in at all. With just 4 points on Richmond in 9th. And that's pretty telling, actually. Had Josh Kennedy not kicked that goal, we would be out of the 8. That is telling. Sorry, just checking some stats. Good stuff. 45-9. With West Coast's current form, I don't see the Eagles finishing inside the 8. I think that's a very fair call, but I just don't think we'll play this way for the rest of the year. If we do, then fuck. But don't know. I think we're steady enough to finish in the 8, but Bodie says they started 4-0, didn't they? Who are you referring to? It's certainly not West Coast. We were 2-2. With away losses to the Dogs and Saints in that first 4 rounds. She turns it over again. Not a poor kick there, but lack of options probably. Is Kelly getting tagged? I genuinely don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes. I think he might just not be having an impact, to be honest. Swans going forward again. This is very similar to the Geelong game earlier this year. Oh, she takes a market on him. She's had 16. He's a ball magnet. Not playing very well. That should be holding the ball on Shuey. Wow. Shuey got away with one there. That was holding the ball for all money. I think West Coast make the final 7th and the Giants finishing 8th. Yeah, well, you could talk shit about Richmond, but are the Eagles much better right now? I'm inclined to say no. We could lose to the Gold Coast on current form, definitely. And the Swans are lining up for another one. Dawson this time. Thoughts on the Blues beating Freo? Yeah, they're just consistently better than... Not better than Freo, so they consistently beat Freo for some reason, even though Fremantle, in my opinion, are better side. It's happened the last 3 years, hasn't it? I mean, you got to give them some credit. I think they played pretty well. Dawson has nailed it. That is a good kick from 50. This is gross. What's the live percentage? It's dipped below 100%. Wow. This sucks. Oh, Witherden gets a crucial smother there and then turns it over. That sucks. At what point does Simpson cop pressure? I don't want him sacked. I love Simpson. I think he's a great coach. But at what point does that media pressure start? Leon Cameron copped it. I think if this gets to 100 points, I think then it justifiably is pressure on the coach, to be honest. Which is not something I would have imagined I'd said at any point previous, to be honest. But if he gets to 100 points, I think it's danger time. That being said, I still have faith that we will make the finals. Hey, a clearance. Oh, Duggan turns it straight over. This is incredible dominance. Another goal to Sydney. This is incredible. You almost have to just laugh. Fuck. This is incredible. It's great for the stream though. 103 in the stream. Fuck. Wow. I'm actually baffled. Credit to Sydney, playing really well. 100 points is on the cards. Fuck. Imagine losing at a ground by 100 points twice in the same year. And then, and then if you make the finals. Caden says, come on Eagles, for fuck's sake. Mate, I don't think we have anything to offer you today, unfortunately. I appreciate the support, though. Why would you question Simpson coaching when the players haven't delivered twice at this ground? Well, yeah, I mean, that's just the common debate, isn't it? Like, is it the players' fault or is it the coach's fault? And I'm inclined to think the players have a lot to answer for. But we are consistently underperforming with a team that, in my opinion, has enough ability to be not losing like this for a start, but also be relevant in the premiership conversation. Wow, Buddy's nearly plucked that. In fact, I've paid it. Maybe a little generous, but he did very well. And ultimately, the coach is responsible for motivating his players and playing a good system. And and I mean, we've seen that our game style is fantastic when it works, but when it doesn't, it's horrible. We need to have developed an ability to adapt. I knew that Buddy would kick that. Fucking hell. Fuck. And if we're just so constantly getting rolled over, yeah, at what point is that Simpson's responsibility? I think it's iffy now, to be honest. That was an amazing goal. Heath is loving life at the moment. Understandably so. This is, I mean, you put it in terms of City's best performances this year. Obviously, West Coast aren't maybe a big scalp like Richmond appeared to be at the time, or Brisbane in round one. To be clapping them and playing really well, this would have to be up there with the City's performances this year. At least Buddy's getting closer to 1,000 this season. Yeah. Thanks. That makes me feel better. No, I'm just kidding. I would rather see Buddy get to 1,000 and retire than retire on 990, if that makes sense. I don't know when he will retire there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sydney going forward again. This is getting stinky. It's not getting stinky. This is already an absolute diarrhea of a game. Amati sends it forward. Hey, we got a spoil. How many possessions are there? I want to see. That's good from Yo. I feel like Yo's been impacting as much as one man can. Like, I feel like he's had a contribution. Hey, Cripps maybe with his first possession that I can remember. Oh, the Eagles are up on the wing, guys. Watch out. Fuck, we just kick it backwards. I'm just interested in the team stats. So we've had 150 to 203. I actually thought it might be a bit more one-sided than that. 26 inside 50s to 14. Vardy can't quite bring it down. Winning the clearances, guys. Key stats. We're dominating. Strangely, we're winning contested possessions as well. So these are all criticisms you'd normally make of the Eagles. Obviously, the uncontested possessions were outnumbered by 60. Yeah. I mean, maybe we're a little bit, not that it's relevant to the game as such, but I think we're probably lacking a bit of outside run with Gaff out. All of our mids are kind of inside types, but yeah, obviously that's not why we're losing. Good stuff. Gaff's not there to throw punches, that's why you're losing. Yeah, well, somebody needs to put up a bit of a fight, don't they? Okay, the Eagles kind of have an inside 50, but I think it was actually a backwards Sydney handball, so probably doesn't count. Why is it West Coast don't play well at GMHBA? I figure the narrow ground would suit their strong talls. On the contrary, I think we play a pretty wide style compared to how we used to. So when we played at Subi, that's a narrow ground. Mind you, we still sucked at GMHBA then too, but it's a narrow ground. So I think we play a bit more of a direct style. Oh my God, Shuey has just whacked Mills. That might be a 1 weeker, I don't know. Who cares at this point? Amati's probably, he's been paid the mark and rightfully so. Go and have an early bath, you clown, Chewy. Yeah, that wasn't a good look. I mean, the fact that Mills wasn't that hurt means that it would probably only be like a 1 weeker, I would have thought. Had he really hurt him, it would have been like 4. What was I saying? Oh, the narrow ground. The Eagles play like a chip marking style where we spread the defenses wide. So that's why narrow ground doesn't suit us. And obviously Optus is quite wide. So we're quite good at the MCG. We're even decent at Marvel. I honestly think as well the GMHBA factor is partly the breeze. I don't think we cope well in any conditions that inhibit our kicking. That being said, Sydney is just beating us in every single possible way you could beat a football team at the moment. So it doesn't matter. Like if this game was at Optus, it would probably be slightly closer, but that's about it. Yeah. So 60. I just got a really good message from my friend Lewis. It's Sam Reid from Sydney holding up his phone, and you can see that it says, "Write your will online today." And he says this is targeted advertising. Yep. Eagles fans want to die. The amount of results I've seen similar to this at this venue is giving me shocking PTSD. Very true, Caden. Melbourne have copped some ultimate shellackings there, and we have always been the same. Even the one game we won, right, was in 06, and it's the club's greatest ever comeback. We were losing 85-31 in the third quarter of a game, and we came back and won. So even it was pretty much just a half of football. No, not even a quarter and a half of football where we killed Geelong. Other than that, we've just been porridge. I think Jesse is trying to use the grey of a ground and wind as an excuse. I definitely was not. I think I made that very clear. I've just been extremely critical of West Coast. I've not made a single excuse. But you have to point out when there's like little things that your team's not good at. To say that the Eagles, not this game's wet, but to say that the Eagles suck in the wet is not an excuse. It's just saying my team should be better in the wet. This game's not wet, obviously, but I'm just broadly saying. Thoughts on Jeremy Cameron's injury? Can anyone tell me a bit about that? I missed that game. I worked an 11-hour day at work, so I couldn't tell you. How long? What's the prognosis? I'll get up the match report now. Oh, it says catastrophe for another Jet. I've completely missed this. Hamstring. Yikes. I think Geelong will be fine if he comes back before finals. Nick Nat with a massive 2 metres gain, says Brody. Fuck. Surely every other player's in negatives. Caden says that game was amazing in 06. Yeah, that was one of my favourite games of all time. I'm surprised you remember it, but I'm impressed. Saint says, Druzy, your team is terrible. Forget about the AFL. I'm loving reserves footy. We beat West Coast yesterday in the scratchy. All right, you can have reserves footy. Bud might bring up the 1,000 in this game, says Heath. Bloody oath. Yeah, Kev says hamstring. Yeah, okay. So, what's the prognosis? Port Legend says, I'm sorry, Jesse, my English sucks even though I'm born in this country and I'm 14. That's all right, mate. I think I got what you were saying. Adam White says 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I'm actually not very good at predicting the tribunal because the rules have changed so much over the years that I just accept whatever the outcome there is. Sydney with another uncontested mark. Inside 50, rather. And another inside 50, although didn't pay 15. Interesting. Oh, well done, Langdon. Langdon's shown a bit of heart. That's all you need to do to stand out as an Eagles player in this game. Oh, my God, Duncan. This is an AFL Evolution game. Mark says, the Eagles on paper are awesome, but are playing with very little confidence most of the year and don't know how to play as a team. I think that's pretty much sums it up, to be honest. Confidence is huge in footy, and we're playing like little girls, to be honest. What about Tex Walker neck injury? Yeah, I saw that. Didn't look good. Really hope he's alright. It'd be great to see him make it All-Australian. Make it All-Australian. The team, rather. That's what I'm trying to say. But no, I hope he's alright. I have no idea how long he's out for. Does anyone know? I think he just was subbed out and yeah, that was kind of all we heard about it. He walked off, which I think is promising. Florence missed. Thank God. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Same thing. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I'm a little disassociated for with Shuey getting rubbed out for 2 weeks. I'm like, we suck either way. And it's just a good opportunity maybe to get Luke Edwards on ball. But yeah, I mean, undisciplined act from the leader who's missed most of the year. Oh, 2 weeks for the hamstring for Cameron. I'm with you, Adam. Sorry. My bad. 11 goals to 1. Kiki says. Yeah. What do you think of Hawthorn? They're playing some good footy at the moment. I didn't see the game last night. I watched Fremantle instead. Because it was a blockbuster. Yeah, so I didn't see how they performed. The Eagles wait till after the siren to start putting up a fight. Fucking trash. Absolute trash team. There's so many people in the chat right now. Thanks, guys. He says, I fucking love this team. Yeah, don't blame me, to be fair. Sorry, but have you realised that they're not going to come back? Yes, I've come to terms with that now, Kiki. I think this could easily be 100 points. This is a shambles. Yeah, I mean, this is the worst performance of the year, and there's a decent list of terrible Eagles performances this year. I think the loss to St Kilda, the loss to Geelong, the loss to the Dogs, and now this. When was the last time we had a loss like that? Any of those, to be honest. I'm trying to remember 2020. Oh, okay, Gold Coast last year. This team's not above shit performances. Gold Coast last year was terrible. That was probably by far the worst loss. 2019, the final loss against Hawthorn. I mean, still nowhere near as bad as this. 2018, we got clapped by Essendon at home, but we were 10-1. Like, that shit happens. This is a lot more concerning. Caden says, get a beer. Man, I finished them all last night and during Fremantle game. It's also only 12 o'clock. I do need to get a charger for my lappy, though. There you go. There we go. I'm back. It is tempting to throw his scarf off. Nah, I'm just kidding. 149 in the chat. Thanks, guys. This is easily the biggest stream we've done all year, and it's only surpassed by the St Kilda West Coast game. So it's great that you guys really pick up interest when we get annihilated. Feel very Dusty Martin right now, says Heath. Oh, really? You have a big night with Bailey Smith last night? Injury seems to stuff up both the Western teams badly. It's been a bad year for the Toasters and Freo. Yeah, inexplicably, we get 10 times worse when all our players come back. So you have to think system and confidence. It was one of those unfortunate things where we beat Richmond on the back of like some extremely good performances from the youth, and then we have to either drop them or sideways shuffle them into roles that they can't perform that well in. So like Luke Edwards had 27 touches, 10 in the last quarter against Richmond was fantastic, and then we have like 2 mids come back in and they put him at half forward and he gets 5 touches, which is unfortunate. Same thing with Foley. I think we dropped him. He's back in today, but yeah. Are West Coast finals chances in doubt for this loss? Yes, they are. They are in doubt. What do you think of Alex Witherden? I like Witherden. I know, honestly, he haven't noticed him today. I like a couple of clangers, but you could be playing terribly today and still, be in the top half of Eagles players. Domsheed, 18 touches, not really playing well. Hearn's been fine. Duggan's tried hard, a couple of mistakes, but honestly, fine. Darling's done all right. How many had Brass had kicked on him? What's Franklin on? Franklin's only kicked 2. I think Brass has held up all right considering the supply that Sydney are getting. Langdon's battled hard. I'm not a big fan of Langdon in terms of, not him personally, but his spot on the side I think is up for grabs. But yeah. Foley's only had 2 touches. Jermaine Jones has been fine. I don't know. I'm kind of just fucking sifting through turds here. North winning next week? Nah, I don't think I wouldn't go that far. Although now I think about it, maybe. 32 inside 50s to 15. So I could be wrong, but I feel like that's less of a inside 50 differential than we had against the Dogs. Could be wrong, but I think maybe it's at least on par. But yeah, this is obviously a lot more one-sided. Sydney kicking pretty accurately, 11 goals for. AFL Legend says the Eagles finished 10th behind Richmond in 9th. Yeah, I get it. I don't have a strong argument against it other than blind faith in my team. Sheed's disposal efficiency must be below 30%. Let's have a look. Can you see it on the AFL app? I think if you go to advanced... No, you can't. Can you? No. Oh, no, 44%. Shit. That was actually quite close to 30%. How do I think the Roos will go today? You know what? They're coming up against a rampaging Bulldog side. I think it'll be closer than the last time they met, but that was 128 points. So, not really a big call by me there. Fuck, we kicked 1 goal. I knew that, but it's just stark to see just one name up there for Elliot Yeo. We're doing nothing with every single inside 50. Yeah, the inside 50s have been poor. They've just been poor kicks or shallow entries or handballs. JK and Hearn to retire now. You know what? I think the list isn't a good enough. That's let me be careful how I phrase this. We are somewhat equipped to cope with the losses of Hearn and JK because we have Oscar Allen and we have Rotham, Foley, Witherden. And to be honest, them in the side does kind of hold those guys back. I am against forcing players into retirement, but it wouldn't be a bad time for either of them to go. Hearn was playing well before injury. And he's been okay today. In fact, what are the fantasy points? I'd give North a chance if it was in Hobart, but West Coast won't lose to them at home. Mate, if this game was in Hobart against West Coast, I would be tipping North Melbourne. Hearn's on 69 fantasy points. That's good for my fantasy team. Use clown West Coast a lot, but ever since the bye, they have been good. What? Have we? Aren't we 0-2 with a percentage of about 5? Oh, I think he changed it. He might have been talking about North. Yeah. Back to the draft, says Sampled Gold. I mean, I think we need it at the draft regardless of, whether we finish top 4 this year. I think the draft is what is the right call right now, and it needs to be probably midfielders in terms of our list balance. But there's certainly no point trading him for an established player unless a Shy Bolton changes his mind. But yeah, the draft is the right way to go. Do you think bringing 5 in this week again put team balance off? I thought it was very interesting they dropped Rotham, so maybe I feel like they must have looked at the defensive balance in the terms of attributes and dropped him, because on performance I think that surprised everyone. I think you can't not drop 5 players from last week's performance, and we're probably going to see similar again. So it'd be interesting to see what senior players are in the firing line, because we will drop players this week. I think Sheed is a chance, to be completely honest, even though he leads all comers. Well, Shuey's going to be forced out. I think Yo's been fine. It's hard to isolate players who are playing poorly. Redden has been fantastic all year and is in a slump, but maybe he needs to be dropped. Jamie Cripps is in danger. They'll probably just drop the typical Jermaine Jones, Zach Langdon. I would probably drop Zach Langdon, to be fair. Josh Kennedy. Kennedy's been good lately, but no impact today. They trade games, Darling and Kennedy. They trade when they play well, which is, I suppose, not a bad thing, to be honest, as long as one of them's playing well. What's your bet on Coleman? I think with Tex getting injured, Harry Mackay's next biggest challenger is Ben King. Surely Ben King, isn't it? Oh, you Cat, thank you for the donation, mate. I completely missed that. You're a legend. Cheers, mate. Backyard Charizard as well. Says Chin Up Brother, it's been a tough weekend. Yeah. Fuck, I'd still rather be Melbourne than West Coast, that's for sure. Oh, Heath has a crack at us for a lack of heart. I have no comeback to that. Where are we at? Chris says first rounder pick mid 100%. The last time we took a first rounder midfielder was 2013 with Sheed. It's 8 years ago. There's a couple of good WA kids, although it doesn't have to be a WA kid. Which sides will be top 8 bolters next season and which 2 might slide? Alright, let's have a look at the ladder. I think Adelaide and Gold Coast immediately come to mind. Yeah, I mean, do you say Essendon's a bolter, considering they're still kind of in the mix now? Same with Fremantle. I've lost all hope in Carlton. But in terms of young talent sides that are nowhere near the 8, Gold Coast and Adelaide come to mind. I guess you could say Collingwood, but again, I feel like they're underachieved to be where they are. Jim Tracy says, how you doing, Jesse? I've been better, mate. In lockdown, and the 2 Eagles results since lockdown started have been horrendous. Absolutely gross. So yeah. So it says the chat remedy is $5. Sorry, did I miss another donation? Sorry, guys, if I did, let me scroll up a bit. But thank you so much to those who have donated. UCAT in particular was the last one I saw there. Legend. West Coast and Richmond finished bottom 8. Fair call. Don't rule out Tom Hawkins for the Coleman yet. Geelong have plenty of home games. All right, let's have a look. Where are the stats? I mean, I don't think Ben King will realistically challenge for it, just because it's Gold Coast. Okay, so Tom Hawkins is only 1 goal behind him, but he's 9 goals behind Mackay. So, I mean, these things can be thrown out by injury really easily. Gee, Riewoldt still 6 in the Coleman. That's pretty good going. Yeah, impressive. Bailey Fritsch still in that top 10 there. Fantastic player. What's the best Bond ad? The Amy or the Toyota ad? Just trying to liven the mood. Oh, I have battled very hard to be upbeat for this stream. I think I've done all right. Sorry to say this, buddy, but I hope my Pies don't do what your Eagles are doing. Yeah, I wouldn't wish this on any team other than Fremantle. Fuck, no. Kind of weird Fremantle always scored between 58 and 99 this year. Have Fremantle not scored 100 points this year? Wow, good pickup, Fidget. Do you think the Lions will make the top 4? Yes, I do, Gaming Nation. I certainly do. West Coast still playing Melbourne and Lions, which will be losses. Yeah, true. And at this rate, probs lose to Adelaide and St Kilda too. Fuck. Oh, I think we'll lift. I think we'll lift. Footy happens in this way. Teams cycle hard. The Eagles have the difference between their best and worst this year has been very stark. Backy Char says he had to hit the like button to get it to 69. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Actually, for the 139 of you that are in here, I'd appreciate it if you all hit like, please. That would be fantastic. Surprised Sydney's doing this good since it was a 50-50. I'm surprised at just how good Sydney have been. It's not just how bad West Coast have been. It's certainly a factor. But Sydney have been really, really good. And it at least takes a good, clinical side to put you to the sword by this amount. Even like the Dogs were dominating similarly and couldn't quite score. I mean, people said that the Dogs were kicking inaccurately last week. I don't think they left too many goals on the table. I think they left 2 or 3 on the table because a lot of theirs were from rush behinds or kicks coming in and just sort of like clearing a contest and bouncing through for a behind. Not really a realistic shot. So my point is Sydney have been much more clinical than the Dogs were. North can mathematically finish 7th. Is that right, Gundy? That can't be right. That cannot be right, surely. How many... They're on 2 wins, and how many games left are there? I mean, if no other team played for the rest of the year, maybe. 8 wins would put them at 42 points. And that would put them at 6th right now. But, no, I think they'll struggle. Oh, 17 people just liked. Thanks, guys. If you haven't already, help us get to that ton. I need it. I'm a poor little Eagles fan. The Eagles will definitely improve. They've still got a lot of outs, but they need to have a few good weeks pre-finals. Yeah, I think we'll lift at some point. Looks like they're running out for the second half now. Every like equals how many points that West Coast will come back by. Thanks, buddy. My under-12s team that didn't win a game all season would give this Eagles team a run for the money. Oh, you just fucking love winning, don't you, bro? Fuck's sake. Have you outright written off Richmond? We're deep enough into the season to begin slipping them from contention, surely. Mate, I'm very close to writing them off. I think they'll still make the 8 because of how fucking terrible the West Coast Eagles are. No, I don't know. Well, before this game, I thought GWS I would have thought West Coast and Richmond make the 8 as 7th and 8th. Or 6th, 7th and 8th with Sydney. That was my prediction. Just how poor this Eagles side is obviously throws that into doubt, but I do believe the Eagles should finish the season half decently. No, I wouldn't say I've outright written them off. Depends what you mean, I guess, for the premiership, yes. But I think they could still win a final. Tom Stewart surely locked for All-Australian. Yeah, I would have thought so. Bailey says, welcome Bailey, says, will you do a doubleheader with West Coast? Oh, so the Bulldogs and North. I don't know if I have the legs with me, to be honest. I'm knackered. It is hard doing a stream by yourself, to be honest. But maybe we can hang on for a little bit longer. See how we go. Do the Eagles make finals? Yeah, don't know. Oh, my description says round 11 Bulldogs versus Melbourne. Rats. It's because when you start a new stream, you can copy over from the previous settings, and I did that, but obviously just didn't change the description. My bad. Chat's moving fast. Thanks, guys, for taking part. Oh, we're up to 109 likes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Also, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please help me out. Give me some charity subscriptions, given my team is absolute fucking trash. Your team sucks, Freo is better. I don't know if I'd go that far, Kiki, but I'll take the first part of the sentence. No, but in all seriousness, we play like this and then we play Freo and we win. That's exactly what happened in the first derby. Sorry, I'm not really going that far yet. But this is seriously poor. I'm not trying to hide it under the carpet either. John Smith says, I'm doing well to hold it together, Jesse. Thanks, mate. Yeah. You know what's... Something that some that everyone says when their team gets smashed, but sometimes it's true. And sometimes you have a loss that you need to have. And if the Bulldogs game wasn't that, getting slaughtered by Sydney will cause a serious review of where we're at. And that can sometimes bring positive. So that is my most optimistic view on what is happening right now. So I'm going to find the best possible scenario for North season. Yeah, do that, Brody. That's a good call. It'll be hard. Where is this game being played? This is at GMHBA in Geelong. At this rate, the score will be like 126-32. Yes, it will. Amazing response from Sydney after losing a bruising game. Yep, credit where it's due. And they nearly won that game. They nearly pinched that game. So they're playing well at the moment. How good was Walsh's goal last night? It was really good. That was a fantastic goal. Reminiscent of Dusty in the grand final. Not quite as good, but same sort of angle, isn't it? Jesse, that was the Geelong game. That's right. Yes, after the was it? Yeah, the Geelong loss. Then we played Fremantle. That's right. Yeah, and we won by 10 goals. So we know how to beat Fremantle. Anyway, one game at a time. I don't think it's that dire yet, but this is horrible. What were your thoughts on West Coast asking to keep the money for tickets sold before the Bulldogs lockdown? It's a good question. The thing is, right, to put it into perspective, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm not misinformed, the Eagles lose $1 million if that game doesn't go ahead with a crowd, I think. That's what I've been told. There's a good video from Footy A to Z on, I can't remember what the video is called, but it goes through club's finances. I think it was the effect of COVID-19 on the AFL. And the Eagles were the most profitable club a couple of years ago, and their revenue margin was only, the profit margin was only $5 million. So one home game lost, and that's 2 this year, that's $2 million. So even for the richest club in the AFL, it's a huge financial crisis when you lose a home game like that. So I am somewhat sympathetic to them, even though they're a big corporation sort of thing. I want to also support my club if they need it. Kennedy wins a free kick. Beautiful. The Sydney Kennedy. Drewsy's back. Fantastic. Sick. Just kidding. Do you rate Darcy Parish? I do. He's a fantastic player. Who do you think's win the Coleman? With Bruce yet to play North, good question. No, I still think Mackay. Just played the 2006 grand final highlights, Jesse, you'll be right. Yeah, I'm more of a 2018 man. 2006. Oh, I see what you're saying because of Sydney. Yeah, just play that over the top of this game instead. He's right, North can finish 7th. Fair play to the fella who said that earlier. Sorry, I couldn't remember who posted it, but my mistake. Well, Shuey gets close to it inside 50, runs the wrong direction because he's got no options. He's barreled that to Allen. That's a good mark. Good mark in the sun there. That was a cricket catch rather. So the Eagles lining up for their second goal. The comeback begins. Chris says 20 goals, 20 minutes. Darcy Parish is a clearance beast. He needs to tidy up disposals, though. He wastes a lot of the footy. I agree. So he's one of those players that's just an amazing inside mid. Not quite. I don't think he has that potential to be one of the best in the game in terms of Sorry, I'm just distracted by Alan bellying that on the floor. I think he doesn't have that Bont Petrarca sort of potential, but he has shocked me in that he's going to be one of the better inside mids in the comp for the rest of his career, you'd think. Sucked in Oscar Allen. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Greg Zilla says, still got my money on Crom Swam grand final. What's that paying? Sydney going forward again here, Papley. We win the ball back. Losers. He turns it straight over. Fuck. Someone asked Brownlow predictions. Hayden says that. Look, I think we're doing a video on this very topic this week, so I might not spoil Drew's video. But a few good contenders in there. I wouldn't be surprised if, say an Ollie Wines, for instance, is a bit of a dark horse, but we'll go through all that. He's been fantastic. I got him, Parrish, and Merritt in my fantasy team this week, which is just delightful. Oh, Petricelli's on. Who got injured? Does anyone know who's injured? Because I turned down the commentary. Oh, they just said it. They just said it and I missed it. Can someone clarify who got injured? I'll have a look on the stat sheet. It has not come up yet. It is depressing, Owen and Noah. Definitely. Bont for Brownlow. Bont, yeah, I think Bont is the best player in the league at the moment, to be honest. Mathematically, there can be a North and Blues grand final. Far out. So a Crows Swans grand final is not completely unrealistic. That was just pointless from Kennedy. Just poor kick on his left foot. Didn't need to kick with his left. Put Foley under pressure. Shocking. I think you mean mathematically. Yeah. Matt Rao for Brownlow, surely. Yeah. So my ass actually hurts from sitting down for so long. Oh, and I'm sure the Eagles' asses hurt for a completely different reason. Redden. Okay, Redden's injured. Alright, so we're going to be without Shuey and Redden next week anyway. So there's going to be some forced omissions rather than needing to drop everyone. Thanks for those who told me that it was Redden. Blues can still make the top 4. That's fascinating. This website is sick. I got a Crom Hawks grand final. What's this website? If somebody could drop that, I wouldn't mind. Did you know Josh Kennedy, the two Josh Kennedys are playing their 273rd game against each other? Yeah, so I saw a stat earlier. There's been like 7 occasions where 2 players of the same name have played the same amount of games. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the only time that they've played at the same time. Like in the same era. And in the same game, they're plus 273rd as well. So this is a unique occasion. Carlton versus North grand final, 39,000 in attendance. Jeez. Bailey says, in your season predictions, you said Dogs will miss finals. I did say that on the... they were more my roughie. I keep having to defend that call. I think they always thought they were good enough for the 8. I tipped them to make top 4 the previous year. And then they finished 7th, I think. Yeah, 7th. So they let me down a year early, and then when I lost faith in them, they came back. Here we go. Sorry, I'll just answer that question in a second. No, yeah, the ball just betrays Jamie Cripps. Unlucky bounce. Sorry, my ass actually killing me. To answer the question, I think the Dogs will be in a grand final, to be honest. They could win it, definitely. Wow, that is El Pissing Downio, as they say in Portugal. Poor as you're playing this week, still back the Eagles to do more damage in finals than Port Power. Oh, sorry, I read that. Okay, as poor as we're playing, you still back the Eagles to do more damage. Oh, I think we've lost that right, to be honest. It's a view that I've previously held, and I just think Port would never fold like this. There can also be a Gold Coast versus North grand final. So is this Squiggle that you can do it on? I'll have a little look later if it is, because I've had a little time on Squiggle. I think West Coast... Yeah, I'll give the Eagles the benefit of the doubt and say they can make the finals, definitely. Or I'll predict it. But I predicted us to win this game and the Bulldogs game. So my grip on reality has been shaken. Jones goes deep. Oh, McCartan almost takes a very good defensive mark. Oh, gee, McCartan's playing fucking well. Geez, they haven't made too many mistakes, the Swans, to their credit. I guess the pressure, that's the pressure difference between the two sides. They're forcing a lot more errors. Surely prelim final week we get Josh Kennedy versus Josh Kennedy and Tom Lynch versus Tom Lynch. Imagine. Finally a score for the Eagles. Yeah, sick. Hey, Huntsman. Welcome, mate. Glad you could join us. Oh, Sheed with a blind handball, you moron. I love Sheed, but come on, mate. I think you should be dropped. And here's a certain goal for the Swans after just another... Oh, good spoil from... Oh, free kick to Cole, surely. Oh, I thought Heaney was very professional in the way that he made that look like Cole fouled him. Fouled? Been watching too much Euros. No, they called play on. That's probably a fair call. What were we just talking about? Sorry. I lost track of it. Too many things happened at once. I feel like I was answering a question and I got distracted. Errol Golden's sending with it and back to the Lions, yeah. Rats. Let me scroll up a bit. Just see if I can remember what that question was. Oh no, I think what I was gonna say is that with the Eagles being absolutely cactus, it makes me more willing to put Rioli back in as soon as he can, just for a bit of entertainment. That's not until round 23 at the Gabba. Jermaine Jones injured as well. And Golden should kick this, although he's... I think he's kicked it. Yeah. Should the Eagles totally change tactics at risk of missing finals? I think, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, Jake. I don't know. I don't know how dramatic the tactical changes need to be. You have to say it's partly tactical. It's definitely part how engaged are these players, how confident these players. You'd have to say the confidence is an all-time low. But I know what you're saying, that take the risk of shifting the game plan for short-term loss and long-term gain. I think we're at that point, to be honest. I think that's a fair call. I don't know what specifically we need to do. We need to get better at... Well, this is actually a strange game where our strength, or our weakness rather, has not been... is not the reason we're losing. It's the outside ball. Oh no, we're losing the clearances now. Okay. And contested possession, so just being beaten generally in every sense. But it's more the uncontested ball and footy that Sydney are winning that are coasting, like killing us on the outside. Oh. Shuey loses his head. That was a bit of a coat hanger there. Yeah. Because Shuey's Cole has a shot that's not going to make the distance. Jeez, Allen keeps it in. All right. Because Shuey always ducks, people are naturally going to not trust him when that happens. I think it was a case of it was also a poor tackle from... it was also a poor tackle from Kennedy. Rioli shouldn't even be allowed to play this year, says High X. Why is that? Yeah, don't know. I think it's 2 years, isn't it? I know it was in the it was technically in the finals, but I think it was from the moment it actually happened, not from the moment he. Mind you, he did play a final, didn't he? Yeah, maybe that's iffy. If that's your point, yeah. For sure, I don't think he'd be top 10 by the end of the year. I'd still have Bont, Petrarca, McRae, Wines, and Oliver over him. Yeah, I would agree with all of those. Wines has been fantastic. Druzy says, has to be a West Coast rant on the Drew Footy show tomorrow. I need views and clickbait. Fuck's sake. I feel like I've done enough, haven't I? I feel like this was... Didn't we do this... Well, yeah. You didn't put it in the title and thumbnail last week, but I feel like the Eagles being shit is old news now. Yeah, don't know. Taranto, McRae, Petrarca, Parrish, and Keys in my fantasy draft team. Don't know who to start of the three. Surely McRae, Parrish. I don't have Taranto, so I haven't followed him, but Keys has done very well this year. I haven't tracked Taranto enough to know whether he's better than Keys. Oh, Langdon doesn't make the distance. He is notorious for having a shot from 40 and it not making the distance. Notorious. Like, it's happening every time he's had a shot from 40. He cannot kick further than that. It's bizarre. Like, he's built like a fucking unit. How can you not kick 40? I can kick 40. I mean, yeah, he was snapping. But even from set shots, he doesn't make the distance from 40. Just lose your shit a little bit more. Alright. Lose your virginity a little bit more. Nice! Oh, let's see what's happening on Bumble. Need to get off the chain and get a bit wild. Why don't you do... Yeah. I was going to say, why don't you put Freeman on the title, but like, who's going to click on that? Alright. Oh, finally a mistake from Sydney. A poor kick inside 50. Andrea says, Chile. Yeah, so they are in the Copa... No, they got knocked out, sorry. They lost to Brazil. Sorry for bringing that up. Probably wasn't even what you're referring to. Feel bad for Dunkley. Had an incredible start to the season. True. Yeah, that sucks. Kind of solved a little bit of an issue for the Dogs in terms of like, how do we fit all these players in? That's the way footy goes often. Butters played amazing for Port in the Sandful yesterday, so he's going to be a massive inclusion for the Melbourne game. I love Butters. He's so good. It's great to hear he's doing well. I cursed Freo last week, yeah. This could be the 5th time I've tipped the Eagles to win and we've lost. And I'm not normally an overly optimistic Eagles fan. But, yeah, we've really underperformed for my expectations this year. Hey, we got a shot on goal. If I title it West Coast Suck, they will become good through the thumbnail. Curse reverse effect. Oh, sorry, yeah, I see what you're saying. But, yeah, alright, bring it on. I think that's fair, actually, now I think about it. Well, what is the biggest headline from this week? The Eagles kicking 1 goal to 12 so far is up there. Unless North beat the Dogs. Like, fuck. Oh, I mean, GWS beating Melbourne's pretty big too. Hey, good kick from Kennedy. The comeback is on. Oh, Gold Coast beating Richmond as well. Fuck, there's a bit to choose from there. Up to you, buddy. I feel like Richmond's dynasty over. That's the, yeah. Phone hacks. Please screen record Bumble and to the chat. Just like what we can say to Matt. Just, fuck, that's a great idea, but I'm definitely not doing that. You know what I always do? Because I don't really take these apps too seriously. Because I suck at them and my general personality repels women. But one thing I always do is set up like D's nuts jokes. Yeah, I don't get a lot of dates. And another hit out. One thing I'm really on at the moment is asking people if they played Sea of Thieves, and they always go, "Yeah, I've played Sea of Thieves," and I go, "Well, let's Sea of Thieves nuts fit." You can use that, guys. You can steal that. Hello. It's going real good. Yeah. Maybe Richmond, but could be good to title about West Coast and have you going on West Coast. Yeah, I don't really have that much to say, unfortunately. Dylan is here, and he is off screen. How's the Tinder going? It is going poorly. I don't actually have Tinder. I just use Bumble for shits and gigs, and yeah, no, not good. Turns out you have to be attractive to do well. Nobody told me that. Is old mate still here? Finally, we can be allowed together. Who do you fancy for Port and the D's on Thursday night? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I'm inclined to tip Port, to be honest. But just on current form. If Jesse can't get a date, what hope the rest of us have? The thing about being an AFL YouTuber, it does not pay off in hot bitches. If the thumbnail curse reverse effect is in full effect, Druzy, can you title it Port Can't Beat Top 8 Teams, please? Yeah, that's a good call. I met my girlfriend on Tinder. My opening line was, can I rearrange your guts? 3 years later, still haven't. That's quality. Actually, I do have a funny anecdote. I was once talking to this girl who wanted me to come over, and I was not really giving her a bar, so to speak. And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm really busy editing. And she's like, come edit my organs. Points for creativity. That was clever.
Did you?
I didn't. Oh, fuck off, McGovern. As if you kick uncontested into the man on the mark. What the fuck am I seeing? This is actually hilarious. You know what? I'm so angry, I might take my jumper off. And the scarf. Oh, this Amati kid's playing real well. I honestly haven't seen him play too much. I'm vaguely aware of who he is. I've heard good things.
Him out of my D.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what his stats are, but he's had moments where he's been really good. Oh, great mark. Who is that? Is that Hayward? I can't even tell. Hayward is a hell of a player. I don't think that is Hayward, actually. Oh, now I'm cold. Fuck's sake. When do you think North versus West Coast will be next week? I've heard it might be Monday night. Which makes sense, because I don't think it'll be Saturday. And there was talk of Thursday night, but it's too short a turnover from this game. So I'll say... as the Dawson, I think that is, kicks a goal. I'll say Monday or Sunday night. McGovern out, Edwards in. Not the worst call, to be honest. Give some opportunities to younger players. Yo, this is so bad, it's good. That's, you know what? It's kind of relatable, to be honest. I'm actually laughing at this game. I was not laughing last week. I think I fell asleep in the third quarter of last game because I was so hungover. And, you know, the game wasn't going well. Are you Snapchatting the score?
No.
Oh. Is the footy frenzy happening? Oh, are they talking about a footy frenzy? Is that a thing? Bless you. It's the first I've heard, but honestly, the news is developing so quickly. If you don't check the app for a couple of days, like, you just fall out of what am I trying to say? That was a good mark, Langdon. It is absolutely pissing it down here. The outside weather looks like the state of my jocks. That's gross. McLovin forward, says Chris. Is he? Or are you saying that should happen? There's no point playing him forward, to be honest. In my opinion. I think he's pretty average forward. Play him second ruck, though. Apparently he loves playing second ruck. That's his preferred position. He was drafted as a forward ruck. And it's not as though Vardy and Allen are like clear choices ahead of him. Gandhi says, West Coast are a bipolar team, sort of like the Crows. I would argue that the Eagles have been far more bipolar than Adelaide. I think Adelaide's played a pretty good spirit most of this season, to be honest. They're just not that good because they're rebuilding. But, you know. I think there's a lot to like at Adelaide. 100-point thrashing on the cards, asks Sports Nut. Maybe. We have steadied a little bit in this quarter. Still only kicked 1 goal. Wow. Sorry, 1 goal since quarter time. That's incredible. Hey, Darling takes a grab. Is Bradley Hill the most overpaid player? Probably on output. Well, how much is he paid? Like 800? Why do the Eagles seem to get flogged every time Dom Shee gets a lot of the ball? I don't know if that's strictly true. I think he's just one of the few that still gets the ball when we get flogged. Because I think he's pretty consistent. That's a great goal from Darling. I think he's one of the few that's, consistently gets the ball. I think you'll find he still gets the ball when we win. Surely you'd rock North scarf for next week worth of videos if we beat you next week. Fuck. I don't even want to buy a North scarf, but I think that's a fairly funny comment. Second quarters for West Coast under Adam Simpson at GMHBA. 2 goals 5 against 30 goals 12. Where did you see that, Heath? That's fucked. Fucking hell. It wasn't much better under Woosha, to be honest. Drinking game every time West Coast score would drink. Yeah, that's a great game for me to play because I've got no booze, so it doesn't matter. I can still take part. Third quarter hasn't been too bad. Yeah, BT just called them Sank Kilda. That does not surprise me at all. How are you feeling about Port D's? Because D's nuts would love to drag across any teams. My God. Yeah. Do you like the band Imagine Dragons? Only Crows can win like they did against the Saints. Yeah. Yeah, so the Eagles wouldn't win a game. Oh, I mean, we beat Richmond in not similar fashion, but in pretty good fashion. Heaney's taking a very good grab. Twitter, brother. Wonderful source of information. There you go. I never look at Twitter. It's a little bit gross. Let's look at the live ladder. Is that live ladder updated? I don't think it has. I checked before and we established it hadn't, but I don't know why it wouldn't, to be honest. Fuck it. Might as well just delete that, to be honest. Next week teams. Out, Shuey suspended, Redden injured, Jones injured, yep. Foley, Langdon and Vardy. Yeah, I would bring Archie in. Williams, yeah. Rotham, yep. Connor West. Gaff if available. Yep. Yeah, I would leave Hutchings out, but I like your ins. I actually think, as much as I'm not a big fan of Langdon in the team, I think he's been okay today, to be honest. Petruccelli might also feature. They seem to rate him. There's 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter for those asking. The ball is deep in Sydney's forward line. Thanks for the 97 that's currently on the stream. Appreciate it, guys. If you could like the stream, that would help. But if you could subscribe if you haven't, that would be helpful too. I want to get 15k by grand final day. Is that realistic? I need your help. This will do a number on your percentage. Yeah, so actually, let's have a look at the percentage. It was below 99... below 100 before. It's 97.5 now. Can't remember the last time we beat Sydney. Grow a memory. Oh yeah, we beat them in Queensland. They beat us in 18 twice when we won the flag. Just to throw that little added detail in there. I don't remember the 19 game. It would have been in Sydney, I think. They didn't beat us in Perth in 19. I think they beat us in Sydney. In fact, didn't they belt us? Should we have kept Hickey? Nah, I wouldn't. I don't really think that's too much of a loss, to be honest. He wanted to leave for more opportunity. I don't think a Nat Nui Hickey combo would have been massively inspiring. I know he's playing better now, but that doesn't mean he would have played that well at our club. What was I going to look up? Oh yeah, 2019 fixture. All teams. Yeah, just looking at the Sydney. Yeah, City slaughtered us. That's right. And they had no right to in terms of where they were on the ladder. We had just beaten the Dogs in Perth. 38 seconds to go. That is a shallow inside 50 from Kennedy. It's going to spill out of bounds. Well, Allen's done alright there, but yeah. Buddy kicked six. No, it was 8 goals, Chris, that first game of 2018. It was 8 goals. I was there. It sucked. I don't remember the 2018 grand final. I don't remember round 1. Yeah, I would have stopped watching that season around then too, if I were you. Free kick Sydney, and that will free the 3/4 time score, you'd think. Jesus Christ, Eagles, it's just a stadium. Yeah, fair point, fair criticism. I don't think this is down to the stadium at all. I think we pour in the breezy conditions, but that's not a 11-goal swing. Oh my God, my ass hurts. Yeah, I was warned about the description earlier. Sampled gold. Nat Nui is better than Hickey, says Noob Chicken Soup. Big call. GMHBA looks a lot like the SCG. Does it? Alright, so 1/4 to make up a 58-point margin. Do the Eagles have it in them? 3/4 time, Sydney lead North Melbourne by 63 points. What? Oh, I see what you did there, buddy. Well played. Geez, Geelong looks good. Decent city. Yeah, I've never been there. Driven, went to Ballarat once. Don't really remember it. We were driving to the grand final, and that ended well. Eagles don't deserve to make the 8, says Darcy. I mean, it all depends on, the course of the season, but the worst performances this year from West Coast have been really, really bad. Like, we compared them to Adelaide before. What's Adelaide's worst performance? I don't think they've had performances as bad as of about 4 I can think of West Coast. Kind of just arbitrarily comparing 2 teams there, but I think the GWS draw will stop any team from missing finals on percentage. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah, you'd think it'd be 2 of West Coast, GWS or Richmond, you'd think. Who's the next closest back after that? It's Fremantle, I think. Don't have a lot of confidence in them making the 8, but maybe. Davo, the mullet god, is singing Yellow by Coldplay. Interesting. Great song. I would tip $20 if the Eagles win this from here. Alright, thanks, buddy. I reckon North give the Dogs a good fight today. Yeah, it could happen, but I think a good fight is anything under 40 points based on how well the Dogs are playing. 92 in the chat. Thank you guys for taking part in this horrific experience. Yeah, really disappointing performance from the Eagles there. I feel like I've done enough Eagles content lately. I don't think I have an Eagles video in me. Maybe towards the end of the year about where they're at. I think everyone knows how I feel, but Adelaide lost to Brisbane by 141 points in 2004. That's right. I vaguely remember that. What was the score? Was it like 32 to 170 something? I'm going to Google that. You know this game's going well when I'm Googling random shit like that. Adelaide, Brisbane, 2004. 189 to 48. My God. I love it when Sydney choke is football's greatest joke. Probably not the game to be mentioning that. Nathan Vardy to cook up a storm and single-handedly kick 10 goals just to lose by 3 points. I would take it. Crow's worst game was 106 to 39 against GWS. We didn't even look competitive. Good point. I streamed that game. I remember that. That's probably at worst on par with this. At worst. Hey, at least you did better than Richmond last week. Barely. We've kicked 2 goals. No, we kicked 3 goals. Okay, yeah, fair enough then. It's still early though. Could easily get worse. What about Geelong beating Melbourne by 230 points in 09-ish? Was it 09? I thought it was later than that. But yeah, no, I remember that. No, they scored 236 or something. They won by 186. Somebody will be able to tell the exact score, but they won by 186. I remember when Essendon scored 98 points versus Gold Coast in a quarter. Yeah, I think it was 96 because that's the record still. I remember that too. Look on the bright side, your team didn't lose by 119 in the grand final. Yeah, you know it's a sad state of affairs when you guys are saying shit like that. At least you didn't lose in the 07 grand final by 117 points. You got to get more than 39. No, we're not going to surely get 39. I think we have one more goal on us. Feel bad for West Coast? Yeah, that's true. Can you get a tax return on failed multis? That would be good, wouldn't it? Hawks beat Port by 165 points. Yeah, that's right. Was that in like 2012? When did Port fall out, really? Was it like, or was it 2011? I was at the Brisbane Crows game that night. What a night. This is Eileen. Caden says 230 points golly was 186. It was 2011. That's right. Yeah, no, I think he's thinking of the total score, which was like 238 or something like that. You couldn't fit a fingernail in our premiership window right now. Bloody oath. At least West Coast getting pumped is making me, a Freo supporter, feel better. Yeah, at least we have that. Blake Taylor says this club has an attitude problem. I think that's a very fair comment. I think that's very fair. Need a mindset shift. And that would have been the benefit of having someone like a Sam Mitchell who doesn't take shit, around this club. I haven't once tinkled yet, guys, so I'm going to pee real quick. Stay luck to True Footy. Oh, sick. A Buddy Franklin goal. What a shame I missed that. Oh, boy. Where are the beers? Where are the beers? I was at the 2007 game where Sydney beat Richmond by 117 at the G. Gee, I do not remember that. Wow. How times have changed. You only beat them by 45 this year. Wet Toast 2021. Quick, disrespect West Coast in the chat. Tell Jesse what you really think of him. Do it. Oh, Buddy's within 24. Can he do it in a quarter? thanks, Heath. You're a good guy. Jesse's plant is dead. Which one? That one? Looks a little sorry. It's actually Dylan's. Dylan's the plant guy. Ooh, throw by Nat Nui. He likes to plant those nuts. Fuck this. The Eagles get a very unconvincing inside 50. Fuck, we haven't had a clean inside 50 all day. It's nice to see the most two recent premiers do poorly. Yeah, I get what you mean when you say that. Personally, like, putting the Eagles aside for a second, I love the idea of the Dogs and Melbourne just dominating for a little while. Maybe not dominating, but just being around the mark. I think they've got a great rivalry. Sorry, no, I think we could see a great rivalry building because I think they've got two great young lists that are set up to perform well for a long time. Like, Melbourne's team, so many of their players are at the start of their peak, like Petrarca and Oliver and Lever and Salem, and all these guys are in the right age bracket to do well for like 4 or 5 years. Same thing with the Dogs. Bond's 26, Trelaw's 28, Dunkley's 24, I want to say. Norton's like 21, 22. Jamara Ugle-Hagan hasn't debuted yet, number 1 pick. Like, jeez. Beers are on mine, Jess. Beer on. Yeah, cheers, buddy. I appreciate that. That would be fun. This is the sort of game you'd rather drink through. Freo fan says, are you worried as an Eagles fan for next year? No, I'm optimistic that next year we can reset. We are good enough to navigate through this shit fest. I'm worried about the end of this year a bit. I still think there's life in this Eagles window. I think that's true of so many teams around the mark, though. I think it's true of GWS, but it doesn't mean they will come back. It just means it's not time to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Thoughts on Port in the next 3 to 5 years? Yeah, Port are another side who have a good sort of spread of talent, but I guess what worries me is, you know, your Boak, Dixon and Gray, when they retire, is there going to be a drop-off? On the flip side, some of their best players are also young. You Dersma, Butters, Rosie. Those guys are going to improve, you'd think. Bit of thunder in Perth. Can you say my name? Oh my god, you said say my name Nicholas and I fucked it up. I was like, that's an easy name to say. And then Lickinus. Lickinus sounds rude too. Nicholas. Lickinus. I said it again. It's because your surname starts with an L. It's throwing me. Nicholas Lamaroni. Is that how you say that? Fuck, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. I'm so sorry if you're young. Oh boy. Well, anything to stop looking at this game. Luckily, we have a bit of an easy run to the end now, but we can't drop any of them. Yeah, none of them look easy, though. Like Adelaide away, St Kilda and Perth. How can we say any of those are easy? That's if you're referring to West Coast. Both Adelaide sides could be mega competitive in the near future. Adelaide have a bit more to prove, but I am liking their rebuild so far. I still think they need to add a lot more young talent, though. You take Tex Walker out of that team and, you know, some of those games are losses and it doesn't look so rosy. The spirit's really good there, but they don't have the same sort of, like, elite young talent yet. They have some, obviously. It's just not it's not complete. They still need a few drafts, in my opinion. Just watching when Kennedy sunk the Tigers. Yeah, that seems like a lifetime ago. Performances since then have been quite poor. Think you were right with your cooked vid the other month. Yeah. Well, I didn't foresee it getting this bad, to be honest. Oh, Heaney shrugged off another pathetic Eagles tackle. What a goal. Great goal. This is actually fucked. Oh, I hate football. Sucked in. Have you been pleased with what Tim Kelly has done, given the amount you gave up for him? I wouldn't say pleased. I'm not dirty on him. He's been okay. It took a while to find his feet, and he's been poor the last few weeks. But I think he was an important acquisition for what our list needs, because he's only 26. Like, he's younger than me. I did feel at the time we gave up a little bit too much for him, but I think that's on the club, not on him. 96%. Percentage is worse than Richmond's. It's almost as bad as Fremantle's. That's fucked. Fremantle won last night. They could have been in front of us. That's wild. And that would have made up 8%. Or 9% even. Sucked out, Sydney fans. Gandhi doesn't like Billy Frampton. Oh, really? I think he's from around this way. I've got friends that know him. Which team do you hate the most? I don't really hate teams, to be honest. I don't know. I hate losing to Fremantle the most. That's about as far as I'd say. I've disliked Richmond dominating so much. So I've wanted them to lose at times, but I wouldn't say I hate them either. Does West Coast have the ability to pick up Bolton? I mean, in theory, but I don't think he's keen. Davo says, re-upload his videos. Man suffers mental breakdown during stream and gets hella YouTube money off of the misery. That's what you'd title the St Kilda stream. Not that I definitely didn't make a lot of money off it, but it banged. It banged like a Ricky Martin song. I hope Heath gets that. Oh man, another free kick. Kyle, you reckon he's coming home to the West? Interesting. I've heard the opposite, but I don't know. I'm scratching my head as much as you are. What is happening? Like, I'm so confused. Yeah, it is weird. This is not easily explainable. I thought we were better than Sydney before this game. Thought we had a better team. I do not think that now. But he has... Oh, I thought he nailed that. That was hot. Bring back 05-06 when we had good games against Sydney. Man, Sydney has absolutely dominated our hole since 2007. I remember when we won against them in 15, it was the first time since 07 or whatever. Who's got the better future, Fremantle or Carlton? Yeah, see, I'm actually thinking Fremantle, to be honest. I'm more confident that Fremantle can build an actual competitive team than Carlton. It is pretty close, but honestly, I just don't have faith in Carlton at the moment. Bangs like Ricky Martin in a gay bar. Simo's press conference is going to be interesting. Yeah, he's going to be fucking pissed. He does a pretty good job. He says he always tries to be the same level of enthusiasm whether we've lost or won. But it's going to be hard to imagine he's going to be completely calm in this one. Maybe it's the ground. Oh, no, I don't think it's the ground. I think it's just been a dominant football display. I'd agree with you if we were showing intensity in the middle, and maybe our forward entries weren't working, or we were struggling to defend them. But it's kind of just they're just winning so much more of the ball that it can't possibly be anything to do with dimensions. Papley's kicked a good goal. Teague's win last night just keeps him in the job for the whole season. Yeah, probably. Probably. True Footy, do you think Giants will win next week? Who have they got again? Stay tuned to Just the Tips, which will be out Tuesday. I will answer that though. Just have a look at next week. Fucking hell, is it 88 points? Oh my god. GWS have Gold Coast. Yeah, I think they'll win that, bro. Yeah, surely. What did you think of the Thursday night game? That was shocking. I've actually got a video of that coming out tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. Jesse, do you think Zach Langdon gets delisted? I probably would delist him, to be honest. I don't know why we got him. Yeah. If it was another team, would you be getting smashed still? I mean, you got to give credit to Sydney for being a very, very good team and playing very, very well. But, yeah, we probably would have lost to North today, to be completely honest. To be honest, yeah, I think that's actually a fair call. Maybe not smash, but... So we could lose against the Roos next week? Surely not. Surely we have a bit more pride than that. What happens this week to Simo now? 100-point loss is coming. I don't think anything happens to Simo this week, but I think he's on notice a little bit. Didn't he just sign a 4-year deal or something though? 3 years? He just signed an extension, so he's probably not under pressure. Oh, Sheed with a bit of a shimmy. He's actually done all right there. Very, very rainy in Perth. Perfect school holidays. Yeah. Perfect school holidays. Rainy lockdown. Rainy, lockdown. Eagles and Freo lost. Perfect school holidays. Yeah, true. What if it was Geelong again? Yeah, great question. I think Sydney are playing fucking good though. I don't think Geelong would be necessarily winning by that much more. I could be wrong, but I think they've played to a very high standard. It is so loud out there, the rain. Cripps has hit the post. Lovely. Like the family lamb. Does this make Port's win last week look more impressive? No, I think you can look at games individually. I think it was a good win for Port. I think Sydney have kind of lifted. I think we're playing with a lot of confidence and we've kind of allowed them to build that confidence. But they were also a good team as well. Oh, Luca, thank you, mate, with a donation. Luca Di Candillo. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much. I need this charity. It's not Simpson's fault, it's the players. There's probably some truth in that, but I think he's got to be accountable for a game style that's getting exposed. Not necessarily in this game, because we've just been dominated in every possible way. So, get over it, Heath. It's just football, alright? Grow up. None to little positives that come out of this game. I would say none other than the fact that it puts more pressure on us to improve and reevaluate where we are and do a proper review. If that didn't come last week, rain, the perfect backdrop. Is the rain really coming through on the audio? It is pounding out there. It's hard to know who's pounding harder, the rain or Sydney. Where can you find how many goals they have scored? It depends who you mean by they. Like players? I'll look it up for you. Or at least I could. There we go. Franklin's kicked 3, Heaney 2, Papley 2, Golden 2, Hayward 2, Dawson 2, Amati 2, Wicks 2, West Coast 3. Really missed Gaff today with his link-up chain. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would have made any difference to the score, but they have beaten us in uncontested and outside possessions generally, and that is the one, like, that is his forte. So I don't think it would have made any difference to the scoreline, but we have also looked very not inside dominant, but we've been poor on the outside. Let's just put it that way. How are the tips for the week going? That's a good question. Poorly, I think, because I tipped West Coast and Fremantle. I've got Richmond wrong, Geelong correct, Melbourne wrong, Brisbane correct, Port correct, Fremantle and West Coast wrong. So, yeah, another bad week on the track for me. I've tipped St Kilda and the Bulldogs. Who's your favourite Sydney or West Coast player? West Coast is Shuey. Sydney player, let's have a think. I guess I like Heaney. I like Florent. Parker. I guess I don't really have any strong feelings towards them, but they're an entertaining team. Oh, Shepherd's just sold him into trouble there. Oh, just handball to Shuey's wrong side. With it and needs to find a good kick. He has. Cripps has held on to it. One juggle. I mean, no juggle. He's found... That's the first time we've looked like the Eagles. This game, that chain was there. G'day, Graz. Welcome, mate. Who's your favourite Tigers player? Probably Bolton, to be honest. Darling lines up for our fourth. This could be huge. Thanks to the 117 in the chat. If you could like the video, I would appreciate that. Good for the old algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't already, as Darling probably lining up for a behind here. Or it won't make the distance. It's a behind. Oh, I need 4 more to hit 12,750. 4 more subscribers. So if you haven't, really appreciate it. Wow, this is stunning, this result. McGovern, an intercept mark high up the ground. When was the last time he did that? Seriously. I'm not even being facetious. Like, I don't remember that. That used to be his forte. Oh boy, the Eagles are trickling through into the inside 50, although it's another turnover. Oh. Nope. Do you like Buddy? Oh yeah, he's alright. He used to really annoy me, and I've kind of softened on him because I just... don't know. I do appreciate and respect him as a player. Fuck me, Cole. Seriously. Oh, man. Eagles are trash. I'm so sad that Freo lost last night. Yeah, that would have hurt. That would have hurt. It was a disappointing result for Freo. It was... I wouldn't say it snuffed out their finals chances, but it was a big opportunity, and you have to have the lack of faith in them making it now. But they also did lose their right to host that game. Let's not forget that. And they're probably hosting Hawthorn next week, I think. 6 minutes left to endure of this shithouse game. Oh, we had 2 more subscribers, guys. Thank you. Need 2 more to hit the 12,750. Appreciate you all. Oh, Sheed falls over with the ball. Oh, boy. What was that noise? Didn't catch specifically, other than the rain. Who's your favourite Carlton player? Probably Paddy Cripps. I think he seems like a Mr. Good Guy. He's from WA. Mr. Good Guy. Oh boy. Trying to check the stats here. The AFL app's wigging out. Sheet's at 36 of the most fart possessions. That's 37 now, I think. Of the most fart possessions I've ever seen. Callum Mills, 35. That's impressive. Yo's had a pretty good game, actually. I'd say he's probably been our best. He's battled hard. Hearn's been solid. Kelly's had 24. That surprises me. Duggan, not terrible. Mills has been really good. Dawson, dominant. Golden, very good. Obviously, Buddy's been prominent. It's even raining in South Australia right now. Climate change is sick. Does Buddy acknowledge being a West Aussie enough? I don't know. He's been out of WA half his life now. Did you see the streaker when it was Richmond Suns? No, I didn't. I didn't watch the entire game because it was a Thursday night and I worked, but I watched patches of it. I didn't see the streaker. The Eagles getting some junk time ball now with McGovern in particular. Oh, fuck's sake. Jeez, she's racking it up. Yeah, Walsh is likeable, for sure. I should play AFL Evo 2 and smack the Swans as the Eagles to make me feel better. Yeah. That would be nice, buddy. Jeez, the Swans have really dropped the intensity and we're still fucked up the goal. Oh my god, Petruccelli does all the hard work, drops a simple mark. Oh. Well done, Cole. Yo again. Edwards. Hey, finds Allen. Huge. We're not even going to beat our last score at GMHBA, which I think was 39. 39? Something like that. We can't even get an easy goal. Yeah, there's literally like 5 Eagles to 2 defenders. Sydney are just like, oh, all right, we'll give them one, and we still fucked it up. And boy, did they really give us one. What is going on is a fair question, Akush. And Allen has missed. Three and 7 if you guys were more accurate. You never know. True. We could be 45 right now. Nah, that was terrible. I just came and saw the score. Yeah, well, good times. Thought this game would have been a lot closer. Both teams were in the same sort of form, or were. Well, yeah, I thought the Eagles were a better team, and I don't anymore. There were 2 streakers, 10 grand out of pocket. Why would you do that? It's not worth 10 grand. It's not even worth 500 bucks. I'm asking myself, how are we still watching this? It hurts. That's a very fair question. That's a very fair question. Hearn with another possession for my fantasy team. Oh, baby. McGovern with a very poor decision to kick to Darling, who was nowhere near in front of the man. Oh, Fox has centered it. And another goal. Wow. That 91 points. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's actually incredible. It's legit bizarre. I am sad. Not even angry, just sad. Sheeds had 37, Hearns up to 98. Fuck yeah. Who wins Rising Star? Look, that's going to be another video coming out this week. We're going to do some predictions on that. But some good, what's the word? Let's do some nominations. Good nominations so far. Sydney's second biggest win ever. I think their biggest win ever. I don't know why I remember this. I think they beat us by 130 once. It was like 201 to 71, I think. I remember reading that in a book as a kid and being like, holy shit. 111 people on the stream just to see Jesse fuming. Yeah, it is fucked. Kelly with the inside 50. The comeback is on. 3 goals, 8, bro. When was the last time we got a score lower than this? Yeah. On paper, we are one of the best teams, but it never turns out like that. Yeah. I mean, I think we're a top 5, 6 team on paper. Which just sounds more stupid by the round. True Sadness, yeah, that'd be the name of the channel. Oh, Duggan's kicked into the man. That sucks. Tom Green for Rising Star. Yeah, good chat. He's good young player. Played pretty well yesterday, didn't he? I didn't actually look at his stats, but let's have a look. Anything to take my eyes off the screen. 13 to 7 in the other game. It's terrible seeing your team get belted. Yeah, 2 weeks in a row. That Richmond West Coast win was the last time I felt any joy in my life. All good, hombre. Not a good weekend for West Coast football. West Aussie football. Yeah, I guess so. I feel like lumping our 2 results together is a little generous. I feel like ours is a lot worse than yours. Huge performance from Sydney, though. As much as I've made this about the Eagles, this has been fantastic by Sydney. Tom Green had 25 touches, yeah. Man. It's a big scalp in a sense. Not so much to win it, but to clap the Eagles like this, punish them even more than the Dogs did. I mean, the Eagles fucking suck, but Sydney haven't been maybe respected as like a real top 6 team now, and I think they've entrenched themselves in that ranking for now, for sure. Oh, another shot on goal. This will make it 97 points, which is what Geelong beat us by. So our 2 losses this year will be by 97. What the fuck, cunt? Oh, I love football. I love content. I'm thriving. Oh boy. What a day. What an incredible result. Oh, thank God he missed. Not that it really fucking matters. Has he scored a behind there at all? Yeah, 92 points. Well, that is incredible. Truly incredible. Wow. 114 in the chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, Talia. Swans too good. Yeah, that's an understatement. Nick Cox for Rising Stars is a good nomination as well, I think. Oh, so many things to question for the Eagles. I don't even know where to start. It's all bad. There's no upside of this. There's not one area of the ground we can say we salvaged. I think maybe clearances, but clearances themselves are not a great stat in the sense that you can win a clearance by getting a 1 metre handball and then turning it over. Still counts as your clearance. 20 less inside 50s. That's it's probably even better than I thought it would be, to be honest. Won the hit-outs, lost the clearances by 10. Won the centre clearances, but that's because we have Nick Nat Nui. Turnovers fairly even. Interesting. Tackle count fairly even, so that wasn't even the issue today. It was the uncontested outside game they shredded us in. And on a narrow ground, you'd think that'd be harder to do, but play sad air horn song. Yeah, fair enough. Kieran says, "Do you think the Eagles will make the finals still?" Yeah, I do. Every time I write us off, we come good. So I think we'll make it somehow, but it's hard to see that right now. It's hard to make that case. Oh, thanks, Caden. Appreciate you taking part, mate. Good on ya. Hope you enjoyed my sadness. Legend. So the Eagles have North Melbourne, and this is the ultimate time for us to play North Melbourne when we need some confidence. And I'm probably disrespecting them massively there because they could easily beat us based on current form. All donation money going to Goonbags for Jesse to raise his memory of football. Or his memory of today happening. Fucking oath, bro. Yeah, Shepherd the only one that showed up for you guys. Yeah, I thought he played with good intensity. I think Yo played well too, to be honest. Reckon the Eagles are too conservative to make real changes. I think they are a little bit, probably. But I think there's going to be some forced changes with Shuey and Redden out. Jones is injured, so there's 3 changes right there. And Shuey and Redden are big ones. So Luke Edwards probably given more time on ball against North. Connor West could make a debut. Xavier O'Neill's playing in the waffle as well. Yeah, it's a hard one. They were all poor. That's the thing. If you drop a key player, you're also sort of favouring a younger player that maybe didn't really warrant his spot either. So, I don't know. This was a good experience. I think I'll leave you now. Have a good one. Thanks, mate. I appreciate you taking part. Our man says, do you think Port will make finals. I do, mate. They will possibly make top 4. Well, forget about this result. Look forward to next week. I need that Men in Black device to wipe my memory. Fuck. I know, right? Oh, it's so hard to get excited for a football game when your team gets smashed the week before. It sucks. Good luck for West Coast next week, says Daniel. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking part in the stream. We'll probably wrap it up in a couple of minutes. So if you could, while you're here, like the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already. Would really appreciate that. We wanted to get to 12,750, and we did. Thank you, guys. Got just over the line, but if you haven't, I think I'll still appreciate it. Obviously, if you want more in-depth thoughts, you can check out the True Footy show on Drew's channel. And we do every Tuesday, and Just the Tips is my tipping show that I do every Tuesday as well. So, yeah, some more well-gathered thoughts. I do have a video coming out tomorrow, hopefully, on Richmond. And it's going to be really rich, talking about Richmond and where they're at after the Eagles putting a performance like that. Heath says football makes him happy. Good for you, bro. The Swan ate the Eagles, says DJ, yeah. Predicted crowd for next week. Oh, that's a good question, John. The capacity is 30,000, I believe. The weather's... actually, it's a bit early to tell the weather, isn't it? Yeah. Shit weather could push it down even further if it's a Sunday night. Oh, I reckon we'd crack 20k maybe, right? Don't know. Depends. It's hard. COVID it throws it out because more people are obviously can't go, so it makes it a bit more exclusive. Good question. Druzy said, you did well, buddy. Would have been a struggle to get through. No, I'm thriving. What to do now except cry myself to sleep? Like it. Jesse, how to be happy after this loss? I don't know, man. I don't have any answers for you there. We suck. Yeah. Real good stuff. Alright, guys. Might leave it there. I am pretty knackered. I need to edit a video and then, pretend football doesn't exist after that. But credit to Sydney. Their percentage has gone up to 114, so they've jumped up by 8% there. 8%. And we have dropped 6%, I think. How are we still 7th? It's wild that we can play like that for 2 weeks and still be in the same spot on the ladder. It's actually wild. Yeah, good stuff. Alrighty. Swans top 8 confirmed. I would actually agree with that. I think that's them sealing that, to be honest. Davo says football. Yeah, I think the Swans have entrenched themselves in finals. I always thought they were going to make finals, but that kind of locks it up, I think. Footy Legend says lol. Thanks, buddy. Clearly a Swans fan. Damien John says the umpires cost Westco 16 goals. Yeah, fuck, bro. I'm a Swans fan. Wish the Eagles the best of luck for next week. Thanks, Tom. Congrats on the win. You guys played really well. Really, really well. Good game. West Coast choke. West choke, sorry. Yeah, they did. Damien says we'll still win the flag. I hope so, buddy. Yeah, cool. All right, Matt, wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for all your support and tuning into the stream. Stay tuned for more content on me and Drizzy's channels. It's going to be dope.